The 6-episode event only on Disney Plus.
This has been a really big
videos over the coming days. But starting out at the top of the board, that's how this usually works. The Buffalo Sabres. Kevin Adams, general manager of the Buffalo Sabres, has denied that the speculation around Sturk has been that he doesn't want to sign long-term with Buffalo, and that he may very well want to trade rather than signing with them this summer. He is a restricted free agent July the 1st. There's going to be some interest in his services from around the NHL. He's a good forward all around, and I think the most consistent forward that Joel Hofer. Now, St. Louis offer sheeted a couple of players that got them last summer, in both Holloway and Grover. However, he's saying that any offer sheets to Hofer, even if they're signed, they're not going to be successful if not letting the goaltender go. And I don't think we'll see any kind of offer sheet to Hofer that would be crazy in terms of an amount of money. Because I don't think he's showing up at the NHL level right now for a general manager to say, we're definitely going to be a starter and we're putting in a massive offer sheet. So it sounds like they're not worried about an offer sheet in St. Louis, and they're probably right not to worry too much about that. Torrey Krug's contract, it looks like it'll probably be put on LTA anyways, and so whatever offer sheet can come in from Hofer, or Hofer, I should say, St. Louis is in pretty good shape to match and hold on to that goaltender. Matt Martin has officially retired to the I just picture, in this case, Matt Martin now calling around a general manager and just seeing what kind of chores he can do for him. So it's just, it sticks in my head, and I apologize to those who may not like The Office, or at least the American version, maybe prefer the British version. I always prefer the American version. I know, it's just all the dislikes will pour in for that. Anyways, that's entertainment guy stuff. Go over on the entertainment guy channel and tell him. So Matt Martin retiring means we are down to, I think it's 5 players now that don't have biases in the National Hockey League. Martin, when asked about that, basically said that he tried it, but that other enforcers, other players that played his role in the NHL weren't using them, and then he just never went back. He was more comfortable about it. So they are now required.
That's about why he was minus 20, right?
At the time that Martin came in, they weren't, and of course that's always grandfathered in when they bring in safety equipment. Cam Atkinson is apparently headed to market for Tampa. Not a huge surprise there. Tampa's tight up against the cap. And now we've seen Purvic, now we're seeing Atkinson. Tampa being willing to let players go in this case and try to get a little bit of cap space in the process. We'll see what Tampa does this summer too. I would be very surprised if there's not some kind of move made to maybe increase their cap flexibility. Maybe change the chemistry a little bit in the locker room. Just feel like maybe there might be a little bit of a shake up there, so we will see. So the PWHL draft is ongoing as I'm recording this, but I wanted to highlight what's happened already. So, the Sirens select Christina Kaltenkova first overall. Kind of a bit of a surprise. I did mention in the draft.
It's not missing.
They selected
Hey, really nice, right? You said you was okay with it, right?
and then the Sirens trade.
Okay, you gotta stay here. I'm gonna go to the neighbor's house and get something. That's
number 27 picks. So adding draft picks here, and the Sirens take Casey O'Brien third. Now Casey O'Brien, arguably the best center available in this draft. So I think the Sirens did well for themselves. So Michelle Charlton at number 7, and then Seattle picks the 8th. They draft Jenna Buglioni. So Vancouver and Seattle continue to round up their rosters, and we'll know come this fall what it's going to look like. I'll do team previews, sure. It is a shame that Vancouver and Seattle don't have like official everything at this time, like mixing with the teams yet, but that's where we're at. I wanted to clarify something that is up with the Hall of Fame video that I put. Harry Price is on the eligible list. I even went back and double checked to make sure that on the National Hockey Hall of Fame website where they listed who was eligible this year for the first time, whether or not Price was eligible, and he is. It's based on when his last game was played, and it's also the fact that he's not going to play again. So he is not officially retired, but that is not a disqualifier from being inducted into the Hall of Fame, because they've already had players inducted who were not yet retired, The one that I did look, and I double checked on this, is Chris Pronger. Chris Pronger was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2015. He didn't officially retire until 2017. So he was a Hall of Famer when his contract was still, I think, in Arizona had a good time. But yeah, you can't become inducted into the Hall of Fame if you dealt with a career-ending injury, but you're still being paid by an NHL team. The understanding being Price is going to play again. So Price probably gets it next year, seen as a potential headliner for next year's Hall of Fame class. But yeah, you just.
Ziploc freezer bags exclusive 9-point protection helps keep your stale treats from becoming unidentified frozen objects. For the love of food, Ziploc.
Merci, Jonathan.
It's the Pixar's Elliot, now playing in theaters. Get up to $700 to spend how you want. Start by opening a new eligible TV checking account.
And one more, for good measure. Yeah, we've been talking about a lot of stuff today because there is a lot of stuff to talk about, a lot of rumors, a lot of ideas, a lot of people saying stuff, which is why I wanted to end off today's show, officially, until there's a blockbuster trade at 6 p.m. that we're going to have to make another video about. I wanted to end today's show talking about my Vancouver Canucks, because earlier today, we had ourselves Nick Kypreos publishing his Real Kipper off-season trade board 2.0 earlier this afternoon. The question is, who could go this summer? And I know you clicked on this video expecting us to talk about one name, but Kipper does go up there and talk about a whole bunch of names on this list. He talks about Marner, he talks about Robertson, he talks about Morgan Riley, Erik Karlsson, Noah Dobson. But the third name that is written about here in this piece is the name that we all care about. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick Kypreos goes out there and gives the latest on Elias Pettersson. It's a big week for the Canucks, Kipper writes, who have 6 days to consider moving Pettersson without any limitations before a full no-movement clause kicks in on July 1st. He managed just 15 goals and 45 points in the first year of an 8-year contract that pays him 11.6 against the salary cap. Vancouver must be careful with how it proceeds, however. Every move the team makes in the next 2 years must be done with twin views in mind, seeking ways to be more competitive so the 25-year-old superstar team re-ups before his contract expires in 2027. After already trading out JT Miller during the season, the Canucks have a need to add centermen already, so the timing of a Pettersson deal may not be quite right. However, despite his down year offensively, he still has the potential to climb back towards being a 100-point player, so his value hasn't taken as big a hit as many assume. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why we are making this video. Is Elias Pettersson's trade value actually less? Okay, it probably is. But by how much? I think a lot of folks, especially throughout the course of this 24-25 season, have just kind of assumed that the Elias Pettersson evaluation, the numbers, and the desirability in his profile took a big nosedive from this recent year. I think that's really reasonable, right? I mean, Pettersson had a bad year. So what, he had injuries, so what, he fought with one of his teammates, so what? The fact is, this 100-point caliber guy scored only 45 points this previous year. And he was in a spot where in the first year of an $11.6 million AAV contract, he definitely did not show up in the ways that he should have. So, with all that in mind, I think the question here starts to become, how much did that value drop? Is he really? If a team trades for Elias Pettersson, are they really trading for a bargain? And furthermore, how do other teams feel about trading for Elias Pettersson right now? I think for all of us who listen to Sportsnet 650 quite regularly, I honestly feel like Frank Saravalli may have brainwashed all of us into believing that Elias Pettersson is the most undesirable name on the planet. And the reason I say that is because the way he would talk about Pettersson week in and week out, especially on Alfred and Brock, for example, would be in such a negative way, talking about how teams are scared to trade for this guy and how his value is so low, the Canucks will be selling low, etc., etc. But then you have Nick Kypreos writing about it in his article saying, yeah, no, his value hasn't gone down that much. And because it's a few days removed from Pettersson's full trade protection kicking in, now is the time where other teams are supposedly kicking around and trying to see if a trade can still be made here. Which also leads into the idea that says that Petey may actually not be too undesirable. 89 points. It's not the best, but it's still a lot better than the average Joe. So, for $11.6 million, if teams are going to go out there and assume that Pettersson can bounce back, that he can be that 100-point guy one more time, if it's possible for him, then maybe if a team really wants him, this will be the time to bite. This will be the time to start thinking about, okay, we really want to get that EP40. Let's try to pick it up. Let's try to get it done now. Let's try to give Vancouver some offers. Which is why now we heard from Elliot Friedman the other day on 32 Thoughts that if the Vancouver Canucks do trade Elias Pettersson, they have to get a center in return. That's the bare minimum. Get a center. We can't roll with any Bluebirds or number one seed. Sure, if you get Pettersson off the books, you could probably re-sign Vita Suter. That's possible, but still, it's not ideal to go into the year with Blueger and Suter as your top two Cs. It just doesn't really fit like that. Yeah, unfortunately, you need a little bit more support. But I do kind of wonder where this Pettersson stuff is going to go, because if teams are actually starting to think about him in a trade-like capacity again, it could open the door to some team potentially giving more than what we had expected. Is that a center and another prospect? Is it a center and another bottom six roster player? If you're trading Owen Pettersson, of course, you have to try and think about contending in mind. So you need to get assets that make the team better than if you just had Pettersson. It's hard to find a center, pure center, who is just up and away better than Elias Pettersson, because there always is that benefit of the doubt with Petey. Yes, whatever center you can acquire, maybe, probably, would have had more than 45 points last season. But Petey having such a down year makes it a lot more difficult to fully put a label on the value and how to properly evaluate what it is that this guy's capable of and what his talent level is at. So for Kypreos to write this, I mean, it is kind of a bomb here. Ultimately, we do have just less than a week to go before this entire situation naturally fixes itself up, either with the Canucks trading PD or with them just keeping him and having him for the long haul. I'd say it's a lot more likely that he stays. If I had to put like some casino odds label on it, I'd say maybe Pettersson sticking around is like a 95% odd. But with casino games, you cannot ever doubt the 5%. You can't doubt it. Until it becomes 100, you can't say that anything is impossible. So, with all that in mind, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Nick Kypreos' article here saying that Elias Pettersson's trade value actually hasn't gone down as much as we thought? Man, these trade rumors are really going nuts. The third overall pick, held by the Chicago Blackhawks, is, at the time of recording this audio, still held by the Chicago Blackhawks, who finished second last in the NHL with 61 points in 82 games played, a .372 points percentage. The problem is, they already got their top pick. 2 years ago, they drafted Connor Bedard first overall, and even though Bedard has been fine, he was slightly better in his rookie year, I'll just say that. Even though he's been fine, he hasn't been enough to carry this Chicago team from the depths of hell to beyond. Which is why you can debate that maybe a third overall pick isn't really what this team needs, and now there are conversations about the pick being floated around, and this is why we are starting to see
No, sorry, I'm recording.
Test drive, yes, I'll fix the volume. See my time. I'll sit here. Here, movement is Skiers.
More discussions on how every team is wanting to get better and nobody except for Pittsburgh is like a true stellar at the moment. Chicago doesn't need any more top draft picks. Chicago doesn't need any more young dudes. They want to start being competitive now. And sure, I guess it's inaccurate to say they don't need any more young dudes. They'll take young dudes as long as they're capable of helping their team in the present. They have Artem Shunov. They drafted him second overall last year. Connor Bedard first overall 2 years ago, and now they've got the third overall pick. But rumors are going out there and swirling around as to whether or not this pick is in play. And with this in mind, I want to turn your attention to 2 posts. First, you had what NHL Rumor Report tweeted out yesterday night, as Frank Saravalli had himself a radio hit here in Vancouver on Sportsnet 650. The Chicago Blackhawks have discussed moving the third overall pick in a trade for the Buffalo Sabres' J.J. Peterka. It hasn't generated traction. Sportsnet 650. And this crazy idea was met with a lot of skepticism from Buffalo Sabres fans. Some going out there and doubting the legitimacy of Frank Saravalli, others doubting the legitimacy of the idea itself. The top comment, as this was posted onto the Sabres subreddit, says this: "It takes the cake for the most ridiculous Frank rumor I've seen regarding Peterka. His agent is working overtime." Also, if in reality the Blackhawks are offering the third overall pick for Peterka, you have to listen to that even not wanting futures. So saying it hasn't gained any traction is really funny too, especially since it sounds like Makamisa will drop to third overall. If third overall was on the table, the deal would have already been done. Ah yes, another top pick for the Buffalo Sabres. 2014 Sam Reinhart, second overall. 2015 Jack Eichel, second overall. 2016 Alexander Nylander, I believe he was second overall? Or no, I think it was 8th. 2017 Casey Middlestadt, top 10 guy. 2018 Rasmus Dahlin, number 1 guy. 2019 Dylan Cousins, I think he was 7th overall. 2020 you got Jack Quinn, I believe he was 6th. Some of these numbers might be a little bit off. 2021, I know that one though. That was first overall again, Owen Power. So the Sabres have had a ton of top draft picks over the past decade and a bit. Some of them have worked out tremendously for other teams, others have not worked out at all. So if you're in a position to trade away J.J. Peterka for the third overall pick, honestly, I kind of looked at it like, hey, J.J. was a second rounder back when he was selected in the 2020 NHL draft. The fact that you can take a 34 overall pick and turn that into a number 3, that's ridiculous value, and it's a great return on investment. The only difference is J.J. Peterka is a lot better than a second-round pick would imply. At 23 years old, he scored 68 points in 77 games. This guy is a menace. But
Oh my god, he's sniping. Oh shit. Okay, I'll take that.
Well, because Chicago could probably be getting better. And playing with Bedard, I think, is a nice incentive. Playing with anybody of that caliber is really good. Not to say that Buffalo doesn't have top-tier players. Dahlin, Tage Thompson, they're all great. But Connor Bedard, man, if you got J.J. Peterka and Connor Bedard together long-term, that could really be a league-changing duo. If the Blackhawks go to the highs that they can achieve with these two guys, I mean, we could be looking at 2 Art Ross contenders back-to-back of the same team, some sort of an Obi Backstrom, a Taves and a Kane, a Sedin, a Sagan, Ben. Why am I talking about only 2010s examples? But they could be really good together. Now, this isn't the only reply that has been gone out there and talked about for J.J. Peterka and this third overall conversation. There were some other folks going out there and saying, if this Saravalli report is real, my guess is it's more along the lines of, we'll give you the third overall pick for Peterka, plus the 9th overall pick, or something like that. Which then all of a sudden makes it feel a lot more feasible as to why it, quote-unquote, hasn't generated traction from Saravalli's perspective here, because the way the tweet is worded, the way Saravalli made his statement, if it's the Blackhawks who have brought up the idea of trading third overall for Paterka, then all Buffalo has to do is reply and say yes or no. And if it hasn't gained any traction, it's very clear that the answer right now is no. And I guess, if you wanted to look at it in a bare bones perspective, another reply in the Sabres comment section says, screw them draft picks. If they Yeah, that was nice right there. Your boy Bobby Jason. They offered third overall for Paterka straight up, I'd take it. And draft a clear top center in our organization and get immediate help other ways. So even among Sabres fans, there are folks who are agreeing with this, saying, hey, we should take that. Come on, let's take that third overall pick for this guy. And then there are others saying, yeah, well, why do we need more draft picks? We've got enough centers already. I mean, that's literally one of the comments over here. So if you are a Buffalo Sabres fan, I want you to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What's your thought process on this third overall JJ Paterka type ordeal? Let's assume it was 1-for-1. If it was that, I think it'd be very easy to say, yeah, let's take it. But there obviously are some folks that would disagree with that. My question is, what's your take? And if you're a Chicago Blackhawks fan, how would you feel if you traded away third overall for JJ Paterka? You're getting a young piece who was only drafted 5 years ago, who does have ample potential to be a top-tier scorer in this league. He ain't 18, but he's 23. And if realistically, whoever it is you draft third overall, whether that is a Higgins or a Miso or a McQueen or whatever, Frondell, if that's third overall,
Quit smoking cold turkey? Yeah, right. Instead, start stopping with Ryan.
All right, boys, you ready to run another game of golf with your friends? Definitely the rock, like you. I get my first win desperate into this game.
Well, I can't pick the place so I could be in first place alone. If it's anyone that needs to get first place, it's me. I've gotten closer every time, and most recently I tied for first McDonald. I really need first place for myself.
Okay, well, I'll get a few things out of the way before I start.
All right, let's hear it.
We're playing on the space station course now, and it's only going to be 10 holes since 18 is going to take way too long. As for the colors, I am the blue color. Donald is the orange color. George is the red color. And Joe's the white color. Y'all ready for this? Yeah, I'm ready for this. Let's do this, boys.
Same here. Started up or up.
I'll run it out together. Good luck to you
Okay,
all.
now I need to figure out my D.
So I'm curious to see what these holes will be like.
I don't think any of us have Donald, but let me start us off here.
Okay, this hole is pretty straightforward. Let's see this doing.
Well, I'm just going to wait for this ramp to go back down a bit, and then I'll shoot my shot. Not a bad idea, Joe. There's no way you mess this up, right? Seriously, Barack, I'm a good player, so why would I mess that up?
Whoa, hold on now. You were almost close to starting off with a hole-in-one, George.
You can't be serious. How is that not a hole-in-one?
At least you didn't take 12 attempts like last game.
Seriously? Starting already with him? Yeah, come on, Donald. It's too early for that.
Donald was just stating what happened last game. Don't get buttered now. By the way, Donald, that was a good shot.
Okay, I'm tired of Donald and Bill being relevant in this game. It's time for us to become more relevant, George. It's our time.
So you guys are teaming up?
No, we're not teaming up. We're just tired of hearing your relevance in this game. Are you being serious right now?
Nice shot,
I don't feel doggone about Donald to get a hole-in-one.
Unlike the Buckers, I told you that I'm coming for that first place spot.
Okay, I can do the same thing, Joe. This is not hard to do.
All right, let's see it then, Barack. How's that for a shot, though? Nice on Barack. I told you before that I'm going to be the most relevant when it comes to golf with your friends.
Oh, really now?
Our future dominance will be remembered forever. All right, I can get down with this competitive fire of yours, Barack. As long as it doesn't become toxic, you feel, don't worry about that.
And just like that, we're on the next hole, huh?
I can't wait for you to mess things up, Donald. Barack and I all the way.
I don't know how I would mess things up here. It looks pretty simple to me.
Let's see it.
Dang it.
What in the world was that shot, Donald?
I don't need to hear you right now, George.
Bunch of shots before shooting them? It's only the second hole, and you're already pulling nonsense like this.
All right, well, Donald was unfortunately the lab rat. I knew I had to put in less power because of that. I'll be able to complete this hole in my next minute.
That's a good turn, Joe.
Okay, Donald, it's time for you to watch greatness.
You won't even admit that you're taking advantage of my mistakes, huh?
No, I did well this turn because I have a brain. I used it before shooting my shot.
This is who you're teaming up with, Barack. Seriously, I thought you didn't want to be toxic. I'm not teaming up with you, Joe. Let me focus on my shot real quick first.
What the heck?
Are you serious right now? I simply put it the same power as Joe's yours, and I made it the same way as well. How did that go out of bounds?
I don't know what happened there, but I guess I'll try the same thing.
Wow. I'm surprised that you made progress, Donald.
Seriously?
I didn't think you were capable of that.
What were you saying about you and George built Barack?
Oh, yeah. I'm not teaming up with him. Nor am I going to be toxic to you
Good
guys.
shot, Joe.
Our goal just happens to be the same, which is to bring relevance to our easy money on the spotlight in this game. It's just competitiveness from my end.
All right, I got you, Barack. Thanks for clarifying that. By the way, nice shot.
I still don't know why that didn't happen last turn, but I guess it's whatever.
At least you won't be down by 2 minutes. It's still super early in this game.
It is indeed super early in this game, Donald. That means you'll have more opportunity to screw things up.
Okay, I'm convinced that you're obsessed with me, George.
For real. I guess Joe has the early lead for now, huh? Only being down by 1 is not bad, like you guys said. Let's move on to the next.
Well, being down one is not bad, but being down two like Donald is pretty bad.
Excuse me?
All right, just focus on yourself, dude.
What does it look like I'm doing, Joe? I know what to do since I actually use my brain. And because of that, I got a hole in one. Respect me.
Okay, that's another shot, not going to lie.
Simon with George again, huh, Barack?
I just complimented him, that's all. And I will also get a hole in one.
Nice shot, Barack.
So you're perfectly okay with George just insulting me all the time? Why are you so quiet when he does that?
I'm focused on myself, that's why, just like you should be right now.
Okay, I'm getting a hole in one just like you and George. Trust me, I'm focused on myself, but I'm also going to call someone out on their BS.
All right, let me replicate that real quick.
Okay, nice one, Joe. As long as you play it safe while mirroring what Barack and George do, you should remain in contention for first place.
Okay, let's not act like that was a tough challenge. All it takes is one hole for someone to screw things up.
Kind of like how you took 12 tries for this one hole last game. I'm totally reading into this a lot, huh?
Oh, no, Donald, you're being crybaby. Watch how Billy George does it.
Come on, Donald, don't let them get you tilted. It will affect your performance. Amazing shot, George. Let's see if we can both get it in next turn.
I'm sure you guys will have plenty of time to get it in.
The saltiness is real.
All right, well, maybe you and Barack should focus on meeting with George. After all, I'm sitting in first place.
Not for long, Joe. There's no way you're going to hold that with you.
Wait, is collision mode on Barack? You didn't specify it from the start.
Yeah, it's on. Why do you ask?
I was just wondering.
That's a good shot, Donald. Hopefully next turn you'll be able to complete this hole.
And you said Barack and I are teammates?
How are we teammates if I just complimented him on a shot?
Thanks.
Yourself. Well, how about you pay attention to me? I just got a birdie.
No one cares.
And I'm getting a birdie too. Respect me, boys.
No one cares.
I'm sorry, Donald. I have to do this.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
I have to do this.
Wait, what's going on? I thought you guys were teammates.
All right, you know what? I don't even care for that, Joe. If you beat George and Barack, then I forgive you for cheating me out of bounds.
No surprise there. Of course, you got super lucky by staying in bounds.
Don't respond to that, Donald. But at least I was able to complete this hole by
That's a good shot, Joe.
I lost my lead, but I'm still tied for first place.
Donald, you're completely out of it, and we're still so early in this game.
You're seriously not going to say anything to George Barack?
I'd rather not get into it. Besides, it's not like he's 100% wrong.
There you have it.
What's more important to me is winning this game while making the Obama relevant to this game.
Yeah, I'm with Barack on this 100%. Maybe focus on how you're reaching about poor Donald.
No one asked you to talk to him.
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
Of course I get bumped by that obstacle.
Come on, George. Just stay calm and you'll be fine. Watch how I approach this.
Listen to your boyfriend, George.
He's trying to base you, George. Don't fall for it. But when you look at this shot, though, I will be set up to finish this hole up next turn. That's pretty lucky of you to not fall out of bounds, Barack. Regardless, not a bad shot.
Wait, are you ready to straight?
Yep, I got to try it.
This is going to be disastrous, I already know.
Whoa, hold on now, Joe. You're very pulling the edge there.
What matters is that it worked out. Let's see what approach you take here, Donald. Well, I'm just going to do the same thing. You should work out to say the least.
Holy crap, Donald. You're a little fast at this game. What in the world is that?
Okay, George, worry about yourself.
Well, I'm trying to
Try
make
not
the
to finish
finish up
all
on
the
the
time because to finish the whole game this game, yeah?
Okay, Joe, that's being toxic. You don't need to say that to George.
Once again, you don't call out George for his toxicity.
Yeah,
You call out Joe for being toxic. You're the one being toxic to Rock.
Are you getting angry that you and Joe will be getting third and fourth place? It's okay if you are.
Damn it, that was so funny. I could have been leading once again. Hopefully I can get close to finishing this hole as well. Watch me, boys.
This is an accident waiting to happen. Let's see.
Are you serious right now?
Okay, Donald.
Here we go
You're
again.
honestly the worst player I've ever seen in golf with your friends.
Excuse me?
You should really think about whether or not you should leave this game right now.
Is that not being toxic for Rock? Are you going to say anything?
No, I will not say anything. I'm focused on myself, and what George said once again is not 100% false.
No surprise there. Let me get some redemption. Damn it.
I wasn't kidding when I said you are the worst player ever in golf with your friends' history.
Are you being serious
I
right
don't even
now?
know what I'm watching right now.
Don't worry about them, Donald. It's obvious that they're meat riding. For you, I'll make sure that I get first place. I don't think I'm totally out of this yet, but I've got a ton of ground to make up. I will say one thing, though. If I can't get first place,
Yes, you won't.
I certainly hope it's you, Joe.
I'm surprised you want your teammates to defeat Barack and I, Donald. Okay, George, focus up here. What's the move? Well, I don't need to see the hole. Wait, what? I'm just eating this and see where this takes me.
And you told me to put more thought and effort into my shot? That's super hypocritical.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Donald, since you're all the way in last place. Haha, nice one, George.
All right, screw this. You guys are pissing me off. Come on, Donald. Don't let them get to you. That's their objective. Since they're not stupid to beat you at the game.
Oh, really?
Now to cheat you by throwing you off mentally.
You're worrying too much for your teammates. Worry about yourself.
So how's that? I'm worrying about myself, George. I'll be completing the whole next turn. I'm worrying about you, though.
Okay, let's calm down a little bit, Joe. I can do the same exact thing.
Only because you copied what Joe did. You didn't have that idea originally for us.
I'm not going to value anything the last place player says, Donald. Get it together.
The toxicity is coming out of Upper Rock.
I won't even respond to that. Let's go. Did you see that, Barack? That was a pretty good shot, huh?
Of course, Barack saw that. Here's the goal what they're cheering for and when they're doing it. You were super close to completing the hole in 2 attempts, Donald. If you don't get tilted, I think you still got a shot.
The delusion is insane.
Well, let's not delusional in how I will still be tied to good shot, Joe. All this time, George. I thought you said I was going to fall apart.
You will. Just give it time. Well, I can't relate since I'm also tied for first place. I told you guys that I would make the Abominator relevant in golf with your friends. I'm tired of Joe this and Donald that. It's time for me to make a statement.
If you want relevance like Joe and I, Barack, you have to consistently contend for first place every time we play this game.
Am I missing something here?
Here we go again.
You're literally in last place and you're down 9 to first place.
It's not about how you start, but rather how you finish.
Whatever you guys say, how are you going to approach this hole, Billy? I think I'm just going to shoot straight and see what happens.
Wait, what? What the hell is going on?
What?
Why would you do that, George? Why would you charge the black hole like that?
Okay, calm down, Donald. Like always, I'm the lab rat.
Get the hell out of here with that, George. You are rarely the lab rat.
Okay, let me cook.
Are you going to be using your brains right now? How did that happen?
Okay, Donald, you're doing too much talking for someone who's in last place.
I knew you were going to be
Maybe you
toxic.
should let the ones with the brain do their thing.
Yeah, well, unlike you and George, I'm going to take the safe path. I don't want to choke away a potential opportunity of getting first place this game. That was a great move, Joe. The safe play is the best play. I guess I'll do the same thing.
Copying other people's moves is the only way you don't fall apart, Donald.
He's copying the first place player. I don't see what's wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But what?
There is something wrong with the infinite amount of news writing you guys are doing, though.
Maybe you should look at you and Barack. What the hell? What was that shot, George? What are you doing right now?
At least it worked out. He has an angle to just beat itself over to the end of this hole.
I guess we'll see about that then. Let's see what you do here, Barack.
Oh, don't worry about me. I always know what I have to do.
What was that?
Stop making it a big deal, Donald. Barack will be able to complete this hole in 2 turns at most from that amazing shot of his.
Amazing shot. Really watch me then, boys.
I'm not sure if something is supposed to be happening here, Joe. That is probably the worst angle you could hold. Ain't that the truth?
Okay, it's time for King Donald to do something special here.
Maybe the word special in your dictionary means the word trash in mine. Haha, nice one, George. That was the same thing as Joe's attempt, but maybe even worse.
Okay, let's see what you got then, since you want to do all that talking.
Well, I have an angle to get it in sooner.
Are you serious, George? It will take us all the same amount of attempts to complete this hole.
Not if I can help it. Watch me cook, boys.
Yeah, that's some garbage cooking at best for rock.
Excuse
I'd
me?
rather eat a pile of food than eat your cooking.
Hey, Donald.
What do you want, George?
Aren't you already using a pile of food since you're in last place big time?
Facts. Please don't respond to that, Donald. Focus on the game, remember.
Listen to your daddy, Donald.
You know what? I'm okay. I'll be completing this hole in my next turn, so that's all that matters to me right now.
All right, well, I'm going to make up for what happened during the first turn of mine. That's a great job, George. I'm still very much in contention for first place.
You might have made up for your first turn, but you didn't make up any ground. Barack and I are still tied for first place.
Oh, don't you worry, Jim. Your downfall is coming soon. Just watch. I'm more so surprised that we each took the same amount of attempts to complete this hole. It hasn't happened since the third. Yeah, it's because of Donald's piss poor performance.
Keep talking, George. I'm sure I'll have a huge effect on this game one way or another.
Okay, focus up here, George. You got this. Yeah, I'm just going to eat this since I don't know what else to do.
Here we go again with the eating.
Except it worked this time. I think that's what you're supposed to do anyway. Yeah, I didn't see a different path. All we're trying to just be anyways. You would be right about that, George.
More meat right
for the top of you, so I make good progress with this hole like you.
Copying someone else's success. Number on, and let's go.
Shut the hell up, Joe. You're literally going to do the same thing, aren't you?
Well, yeah,
But what? No excuses. You got to do what works.
I'm still waiting for the part where I'm supposed to be on some kind of downfall.
Okay. Don't be impatient, Joe. It will happen. Just wait.
That sounds super delusional. We're already in the game full, so I don't know what you're expecting.
I forgot you were even in the game, considering how far behind you are from the rest of us.
Just watch me.
Let's see if you can even get to where we are.
You can't be serious.
Donald, your actual
I'm
chances
doing
this
the
game.
exact thing as usually, but some way, somehow, I get blocked by the obstacle. I'm getting so tilted right now.
How about you just accept the fact that you're pathetic?
How about you just accept the fact that your daddy is Barack?
Excuse me? Come on, George. You can't let a last place player like that get you triggered. You got to be more thick-skinned, you feel? Yeah, I understand. Let's see if you can replicate what I did successfully, though. That should be too hard. And just like that, I am one step closer to finishing this hole in the time we have.
Why do you sound so zesty when you say that, Barack? For real.
All right, Joe. Let's see if you can even do what George and I did. Try not to mess up, yeah?
How are you supposed to mess up? All you do is demonstrate with full power.
Have you seen Donald?
Screw you, George.
He's not wrong, Donald. After all, you did mess up a pretty straightforward shot.
All right, well, what if I prove you goes wrong then?
Let's talk more action. Let's see it.
See, I don't know about that one, Donald.
Of course.
Here we go again.
You talk a lot, but you back it up with skill play once again. When will you ever learn to shut your mouth, Donald? We're trying to help you out here.
All right, focus on yourself, George. Don't choke now.
Are you literally watching him, Donald? He's been cooking this entire game. He's only one away from first place. I can't say the same about you, though.
Okay, what else do you want to say about him, Barack? Sounds like you're obsessed with George. Ain't that the truth?
Shut the hell up, Joe. Barack and I are in prime position to finish this hole in its turn. Don't choke now.
Maybe you should just watch how Papa Joe gets it done, huh?
I guess we'll see. All that's true.
Damn it. What was
And
that?
the helmet underway, ladies and
I
gentlemen.
heated off the course by hitting the pole when I really should have finished the hole right then and there. I'm feeling cheated. Yeah, that's what nonsense, Joe. I agree with you.
How the hell are you guys going to complain when you perform like this? Yeah, for real. Joe's frustration is more understandable, but Donald, you are literally playing so trash right now. And you know you can't say anything to that, Donald. Barack and I are literally cooking a gourmet meal.
All right, I've heard enough from you two. Time for me to make my comeback.
This is an accident waiting to happen, huh?
Whoa, damn it.
Jesus Christ,
I
Joe.
can't believe that I couldn't put the edge like that George and Barack did. This is becoming unfair.
Again with the excuses. What in the world was that shot, Donald?
What other angle did I have, Barack? I didn't have many options. Don't worry, Donald. I'll try getting first place still, even though I'm struggling a bit right now.
Jesus fucking Christ, Howard, once again. You are literally shitting the bed right now.
Fuck!
When George said you were going to have a fucking meltdown, I didn't think it was going to be this bad. Get it together, you old hag.
Don't worry, Joe. King Donald is here for you.
What the fuck do you mean King Donald is here for you? You're shitting the bed more than Joe.
All right, enough talking. It's time for redemption. That's power it is for me.
Here we fucking go again.
Fuck!
Joe, what the fuck is going on? This is a guaranteed win for me to do it now. How are you shitting the bed this badly?
You can still do this, Joe. Let's just ignore them, and I believe something good will happen.
The delusion is fucking crazy. Facts. I'm more likely to win the lottery at Vegas than something good happening to you two during this game. Facts.
All right, I know what I have to do now. If I can complete this hole in 2 turns, I'm still in this.
For once, Joe, you didn't shit the bed. Do you want a cookie for that?
Actually, a chocolate chip cookie sounds pretty good right now. I'm not going to lie.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right, watch how King Donald does this for you.
Donald, this has become a fucking joke at this point. Why haven't you surrendered at this point? I'm trying to look out for you.
Shut the fuck up, Barack. You have not been looking out for me.
Facts.
You've literally been meat fighting George this entire damn game.
Facts.
And now you want to act like the good guy now?
Donald, do you see how fucking terrible you're playing right now?
Shut the fuck up, George. How about you get off my ass and continue loving Barack in the Middle East?
Okay, Donald, you have to admit that you're becoming pretty cautious right now.
Fuck that! You've been triggering me this entire time. time was you being the toxic one indirectly, and now you're making me out to be the bad guy. Just fucking watch out. I'm going to make a big difference.
So my first cook the onion and Arnold. That's what I
I'm eating your shit.
Whoa, are you kidding me right now? Why are you doing this?
Because you're a bitch.
Well, goddamn, I gotta avoid Donald's bad man. Stand here, Donald clearly has it out for us. Wait, is that what you fucking meant when you said that King Donald would still make a difference in this game?
All right, my comeback starts today. I know I gotta ride the air going straight up so I can make some good progress on this hole.
Let's see about that.
Let's fucking go. Hopefully I'll have enough time to make this comeback. So far, so good. Thanks, Donald.
Okay, this is some bullshit. What the fuck am I supposed to do here? The only thing I can do is just play passively and hope nothing bad happens. That's probably the way to go, but I believe that we will still win this game. All of the time, I told you how sorry I am.
Fuck that bullshit, Barack.
Goddamn.
I'm beating your shit once again. Fuck you and your chances of getting first place. Fuck them all.
I can't believe this shit is going on right now. I can't either. That being said, I'm going to try the same shit Joe tried so I can ensure that I keep a healthy lead for first place.
All right, let's see. Fucking back, George. You're not like Papa Joe. Shut the fuck up, Joe. Donald is literally helping you out.
You don't get to talk shit.
No, you shut the fuck up, Barack. You're the one who encouraged leaving collision mode on from last game. This is on you.
Donald is literally going insane right now. He's just trying to fuck my shit up. So I got to try hiding at an angle, which he won't be able to do that. Well, that's a good angle, Barack. I highly doubt he can fuck shit up from that angle.
So once you did something productive, Barack, I'll let you off the hook this time.
Thank fucking God. It felt like I was playing tag instead of golf with your friends. Yeah, for real, but I'm going to try the same shit here.
Here we go again. Fuck! George, you are literally shitting the bed and I'm not even fucking your shit up. Why are you so hell-bent on taking that back?
Joe was able to do it so easily and casually, so I should have been able to do the same. Instead, he's just chilling right now. It's fine, George. The Abominator will get the job done. Wait, you're trying it too? Why not? And a fucking
wreck.
I can't get the same results that Joe got. Joe, did you put some cheat engines in the game or something?
Of course you would resort to that excuse, Barack. Don't get salty, George, but I have to eat your shit. I don't have a fucking angle to work with here.
It's not like I didn't say it. Whatever. I'll keep trying that shortcut to see if I can succeed.
I don't know why you guys are trying that over and over again. Donald did indeed eat your shit in the beginning, but now you guys are choking this lead.
God, about the damage bullshit. All right for once, Joe is right. I'm just going to pursue the long and safe path. I can't afford to choke my lead any further. I wonder what the score is going to be like after this hole, since Joe completed this hole relatively quick.
Yeah, who fucking knows, George? That being said, I'm going to have to keep your shit
Yeah,
once
be
again
serious with
because
this.
you are literally in front of me. I can't work with anything here.
I mean, what is Donald supposed to do this, George? Not eat my shit. But it's whatever at this point. I have to take the long and safe path now, since I don't want to lose my opportunity of getting first place.
Well, you two have a ways to go, but you should be able to complete this hole within 3 turns or so.
Shut the fuck up, Joe. Stop acting like you're hot shit now just because Donald helped your sorry ass.
You two do realize that you could have been done with the hole by now. If you guys hadn't been so hell-bent on taking a shortcut, stop making excuses.
All right, I'll still probably be in the lead anyway. Joe fucked up so much last hole.
If that's your way of coping for this meltdown of yours, then go for it.
I'm so fucking over this goddamn hole. I want to be done with this shit already so I can see the scoreboard. Well, at least we have a good angle to finish this hole up in 2 turns. We still got this, George.
Well, as long as you two don't choke anymore,
What?
then this game is still winnable for you guys.
Shut the fuck up, Donald. You messed everything up and you're still down 1,000 and some shit in the score.
I'd be really careful of the words that are coming out of your mouth, George. Do you really want me eating your shit off the map again?
This is Daddy. Donald. What the fuck? It's about damn time to finish the hole, Rock. I really do hope that you have a lead still. I'd much rather prefer you to win than Joe's lucky ass.
Keep trying. I wonder if this angle is good enough to get it in the pipe.
Well, certainly fucking not. And what do you mean, fuck? Instead of being down 1,000. You could be down 1,001 instead. It's not a big deal. Yeah, I don't know why you're tripping out, Donald. You've been dog shit from the start, so it's not like you can just magically erase that, you know?
Hey, Joe. What's up, Donald? Can you make sure to beat Barack's and George's bitch ass? They've been talking shit all game long, and you're the only one that can make that happen.
Of course I got you, Donald. Thank fucking God the score is still tied. I'm going to win this just watch. I'm only down 1.
Nobody
Go
gives
to
a
fuck
fuck.
will win this shit just watch. Of course I'm the lab rat and I don't really know what to do. Let's see what happens.
Get fucking wrecked,
Fuck
Barack.
this bullshit game. Why does bullshit always have to happen, huh? I guess that opens the door for me. I'll get first place, don't worry, Barack. I assure you that Joe's senile ass won't be getting first place.
Now you're going to choke. I can just feel it.
What the fuck?
Is Joe really going to predict this shit again?
Jesus fucking Christ. How does this
This is some weird ass shit. No, it's not like it matters, but I know how to complete this whole trick, so I'll do just that, I guess.
Nobody gives a shit, Donald. I just want to see Joe's turn. My prediction is that he will choke.
Well, you're not like me, George, so you can take these shitty predictions and shove it up your ass because I will be coming in first place. Ain't no way in hell Joe is actually clutching up here. What the fuck is going on?
I can't believe that I'm choking. What the fuck is going on here?
Okay, shut the fuck up, George. Everyone knows you're a goddamn choker. You choked in your first game of golf with your friends with us, and then you choked in the game of life. This is nothing new.
All right, well, let me change that narrative. Let me cook dishes.
George, there's no way you get first place unless Barack and I shit the bed.
I didn't ask for your shitty analysis, Joe. Let's see if you can prevent yourself from choking big time. All the pressure is on you now.
Who would have thought that my best hole would be the last one when it literally does not fucking matter anymore? Whatever. I'll be back for our next game.
Yeah, let's see if Joe chokes here.
How the fuck is it possible to choke something that easy, George? I'm not like you. No! What the fuck? This whole fucking time. I've been wanting for my native to develop it. I've been wanting more wins in this game. I've been wanting more respect. I'm so close to getting first. I can't allow Joe to win this game, but I'm literally so fucking close. Okay, calm the fuck down, Barack. The quicker you accept Joe's victory, the easier it will be for you.
Who said I was out of it? I'm still in this game, boys.
Shut the fuck up, George. No one cares for your delusional shit.
It's not delusion when it's a possibility.
Oh, really
Joe
now?
doesn't have a good angle to work with. You never know.
Yeah, whatever you say, George. I will be finishing this hole in a couple of turns at most. I can't say the same about Barack. And you're already losing. This shit is over with. That was a good shot, Joe, to avoid George's fall while putting yourself in a prime position to finish this off next turn. Good shit. That was clutch.
That's what I was fucking
Ooh, doing everybody. Yeah.
I'm supposed to win. I can't lose. I was up, I thought, well, I tried to use my shit and fucking things up, but it didn't work. I'm sorry, Barack. Joe's going to win this game.
Fuck it. What the fuck? Finish this shit off, Joe. God damn it. Okay, you sound fucking possessed, Barack. Maybe you should get that shit checked out or something. And then tap it off like that. That's just a slap in the face. This is some bullshit.
I could give him bottom. He's the extra lefty.
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just that it took so fucking long.
Wow,
to get
for
first
give me a
place.
cat. Fuck.
Felt like I was getting better every game, but I still couldn't get it until now. It's just a lot to take in. It's getting what I've been wanting for so long.
Fuck's sakes.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Nobody should discredit this win.
I'm gonna to trade somebody else out too then.
After I needed Barack's ball a few times. I didn't control the choke job that occurred. Joe, you deserve this win. Hey, I'm proud of you. You've come a long way.
You know what?
There we go. I'll take this up. Here, take this up round
I
pick.
can't wait for our next game since I'm already scheming as to what I can do to win next game. Until then, boys.
Same here, I gotta go, but GG to you as well. See you guys. GG to all of you guys. This was a super fun and satisfying game. I'm looking forward to building on this first place. Till next time, boys. Bye, guys. I need to win next time. Jesus Christ. Several years, Chef Ramsay has traveled all across America. How did it not? Oh, and encountered some memorable owners. Young people, stubborn, who was fresh. Well, tonight, on Kitchen Night, and the nuts, complaining, and the Italian
restaurant in Denver, Denver's best pizza, is a huge mistake from the owner. Chef Ramsay faces off against the most stubborn owner he has ever met. What the hell are you guys doing? Pete is clearly living in the past, living to positive reviews from 20 years ago. We are not in 1985, Pete. His wife Colette and son Josh have fought a losing battle. Hey, they're lost, trying to get food in it. But Pete stiffly refuses to listen to them, no, or anyone else, including their friends in the city. The food is absolutely appalling. What do you think the idea how bad that tastes? They reported are enormous. It looks like a giant diaper stuffed with beans. It seems the only thing bigger than Pete's ego is his pizza.
I'll let you take that in.
Chef Ramsay pulls out all the stops. We are now just going to SpongeBob backwards. As he tries to save a restaurant, doing for none. I have to disagree with you, and family as well. Come, stop. What is that? Something wrong with the food. They're not that. They're like up. You wake up. It's like that. It is so fun.
So we started our food drive in 2018, and I think our guests enjoy it because they like to know that they're helping out. Being a smaller property, we take great pride in it.
Denver, Colorado, known as the Mile High City, is home to almost 2,500 restaurants. Located just 7 miles from the city center is Pantaleone's, opened in 1985 by Pete and his wife, Paulette Thompson.
I'm traveling around in Greece. When I first got to the US, I was a chef in the Greece, but I wanted to buy clothes on my own.
But my grandfather is still alive.
I think my pizza is awesome.
Yes, start in the car.
I've done 200 people, man. Come on, on myself. That's a lot of money.
So,
Maybe it's my time. Now, we have no customers. I cannot pinpoint the reason.
I've been telling Pete for years we need to change things, but he doesn't listen. I'm going to sit back and get back on your feet.
My foot is not the problem.
People saying that it's too soggy, too soft on the dough.
Just gotta do something else.
Okay. It's possible. Oh, crust. The popular just has the worst pizza ever. My grandpa's pizza is like a white wall tire. It's God forbid, if you said anything on a pizza, but if you look like an ass, you know, Chicago, now, that's pretty bad. Just Your actual pizza, so soggy and good.
I want to change things about the place, but my father, she said, everyone planned it.
Ridiculous, man. This is your system. Really? Yeah, really.
So, I feel frustrated because I want to help my parents, but there's only so much that I can do to help them.
The restaurant does put a tremendous amount of stress on our family. We are just thinking if it keeps something like this, I could see us shutting down it either. We don't get this restaurant going. We're still on home. We're going to have to try them out, and at our age, that is not going to be easy. We got to make it work, or we got to get out of it. That's it.
This restaurant has changed my life for the past few years. I put everything in this place that I ever had. If the restaurant fails, it will feel like my life was nothing.
I can hear this. Wow. Denver's best pizza. That's a bold statement. How are you?
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Thanks, Dad.
I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Denver's best pizza. That's a big statement. But thing is, you are the owner. Co-owner. With?
Keith.
Oh,
There he is.
there he is. Well, sir. How are you, sir? Good to see you. Where are you from?
I'm not proud. So here I am.
Good. I'm great. Come sit down. Who's this?
That's my son, Johnson.
Don't know him, but let's see. Good.
This guy's over here. Okay, yeah, especially that. Okay, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So,
One thing about me that I struggle with is the inability to change. It is absolutely hinders change.
So, yeah, the best thing to them, a little long spectrum. When you think that they five, the best thing to them is when they five. So, I think I do. Well, actually, I don't think it's live time, no, actually. When it's strength, you do. That is a city with great consistency. Yes, yeah, mine is good.
Okay.
Okay, great. And you have to do 1985. Large stamp of it, pile, bonding, and something else. You know your dates well, for an old boy. An old boy? You know, an old boy is like a charming old man. How hands-on is this one?
Completely. Completely.
Still, 7 days a week?
No, we're closed today.
It goes 2 days a week. That's Sunday, Monday, Monday, Wednesday, Sunday. Sunday, you know, we watch football. Are you nuts? Do you have any idea how many kids you get on a Sunday? You have to the football season. And we do it often on Sunday. You name Steve. Congratulations. They don't all say or something. So, how's that been a business place?
Nothing has wrong. I mean, we're closed in the afternoon
Restaurant closed. Seriously?
because we have had a match.
Is that before?
Yeah. Siesta. See? That's kind of European thing that, you know, the siesta deal.
Restaurant closed because people are the match.
Yeah, like they do at least.
There you go. No, they're never going to post it up. Wow.
Yes. Plus, there's another problem. The other thing is you don't listen to it anymore. I mean, you don't listen to me. It's like if he starts doing something one way, you can't get him off of it.
Because you're Brisbane. Good for How is Josh? You must be geared up now to take over the business when you take a back seat somewhere. Well, in terms of what's the plan? You didn't answer anything? Oh, no. You know, well done, yeah, I okay. Talking about pizzas, right? And the best pizza. What the heck you laughing about? I expect Josh by now, literally, 5 or 6 years, half an hour. Why doesn't he let go? When do you spend the let go? You know?
For the last 2 years, I've seen that on the damn WI. They're down. Like at 59, I'm not going to do it.
2 favorites.
I see it as a cupcake.
Wow. And then you have to get pictures of
No.
No.
We got into trouble, we refinanced our home to every time. That's what I'm doing.
New Neutrogena Sport, non-greasy formula to give you winning protection.
I'm going to get up the street with food. I'm trying to take that pizza. I know it's late in the afternoon, but are you going for a nap or are you with us?
He's staying.
Oh, you staying? Okay, just
Staying.
great. Okay, good. I don't know this. Oh, now. Well, that's normal is punishment. Steve, give me some other thing. Look. There you go. Steve's going to be saying more. Oh, come on, let's catch up. We've gone down to 37 years. Chicken and roll. Well, I'm good. I didn't realize things were that tough on that. It's actually gotten to the point where I'm not embarrassed of the place. Rice, right? Changes the biggest problem. You're happy with pizzas? Yeah. So fast. Oh, that's cool. Sounds like a very stubborn man. Yeah. I have a lot more good idea. Because he's talking to talk to Wayne Temple. That's it. Why is that? I don't know. What's good nature? Yeah, so it's always bad. Everybody experimenting. This family is divided. Like Paulette and son John feel that the restaurant is stuck in the past, while King feels that there's absolutely nothing wrong with his food. And it's time for Chef Ramsay to find out for himself. Oh, I know. Say,
Celsius.
So it's what do you think the problems are with it?
There's a few different problems. Kate called out Big Butt Heads a lot on how things should be run. She wants changes, and he wants things his way.
Anyway, then I'm good at it, and it was not better. Everything is homemade. We could use design markets. That's nice enough. That's all it is. I'm going for a sausage pizza, please. It's toasted meatball zero. And then keep that in the top there. And then I'll go for the wingers as well.
All right.
Thank you, by the way. My God. The diamonds. And there's not much atmosphere in here. As if it's in a hospital. I mean, it's that.
Here's this pizza.
It's dodgy. I'm going to put the dodgy first by foot. Well, let's go this way. You have something else today. How is it?
Meatball sandwich? Meatballs, I had that.
Oh shit, man. I want to know where the fuck you were eating that first.
Long story.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
What is that?
that's a hologram.
Freaking me out.
You know what a lot of people are afraid of that. That's a clown.
Oh, God. How does that do with that?
Oh, try not to be here.
Whose idea was that? That's spooky.
That's mine.
Really?
No, it's done. You're the mom. No, sir, I just checked it. It's not. It's done. I just fucking checked it like 2 seconds ago.
Put him in the box. Get it out.
That's it, man. That's it. That's it. It's done.
I'll roll it, yeah? Perfect. Let's go. Step, step,
Or do I not need to go to any AHL, so I don't need to sign email to put there? Okay, I need to check.
Dirty culture. Dirty correct.
Yes.
Put in there. It's like the schools jammed together.
Yeah.
I've never seen that come down in such form. It's cold. And it's hideous.
I don't like that either. I've been wanting to take that house off and swing it like a frisbee for about 20 years. See, I've got some good tips for you.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. It's so cold. It's cold. I'm going to wake up coffee.
I put my kids out, I guess anybody in the country. Look, then we'll go out in the country. That's how confident I am about my kids.
Here's your sausage pizza.
Holy cow.
Is that ridiculous?
It's like a pizza that eggs dead on it.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you take that in.
Oh my God.
It's maybe you need a few extra forwards for the bottom.
It's not great. It's just exactly what I feel.
I don't want to make it a honestly, the best pizza in Denver. It's dessert looks like the best pizza. Just like the toast, just tastes it. So
Yeah, a lot of people get upset with me for that when they ask for the thin crust, and I bring them liquid crust. Side and crispy.
It is though. Really? Are you kidding me? I don't know what the Sam is talking about, and a lot of people know. I eat it, but yes, there's something to be good on. Are you kidding me? What? This is disgusting. I'm done. I'll make it so bad as well. Then it kind of tastes it. The cloud of cheese at the food. That is good. It just tastes a little fancy, style, you know. At least both here. Wow.
How do you approach that?
Wow. Thank you for that.
No problem.
Just appreciate it. There's nothing here or looking around that. That's not anywhere near a hair sandwich. That looks more like a sloppy Joe. Man, it's all sorry there. I just have to soak in the wet start with a shower.
Here, I'll deal with that.
It's definitely not a hair again. There's a ton of it on the menu. It's not here, but it's zero.
I'll let him know.
Please.
So I'm here. Chef's response?
Yes.
Yes, it's a 0, not a 0.
I don't believe this. I'm blaming people that it's not my people. I am very proud of my people. The silver answer to 0 to 0. It's very simple. Chef Ramsay has started sampling the menu at Paisley Homes. And while he claims his food is the best in Denver, Chef Ramsay has discovered it's anything but. With gigantic portions, greasy pizza, and tasteless dishes. It's not here, but it's there. Josh, what are you doing, Josh? Lift the ground roast. Roast. Really? Why do you live there? Let's get ready before you put it. Is this the first time I've done this? I don't agree at all with considering anything out of the camp. It's embarrassing. But it tastes some shit.
You're sleeping late.
Thank you.
No problem.
I mean, that is absolutely dreadful. Susan, glad, like a plate of hospital food, which is so appetizing. Excess water, I mean, that is disgusting. What's it about? It's like pizza, it's like pasta. That's bad. Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Alright, so I'm going to let's be honest. I'm going to get out here. Go ahead.
Joshua?
What is that?
I'm just very happy with you. There were a lot of comments.
Be curious. I know that it was in here. It was happy. That's too many fucking times. Oh. That was bad. You gotta take it, man. You gotta have to take it. There's a reason this place is open right now. Let's go round. Okay. Dirty servant. There's no change in discovery. I've been working for business. And I know I will say, I spent time together, and quite possibly one of the worst experiences I've ever had. First of all, it can be dreadful. I disagree with you. Seriously? There is wrong. Yes. The idea how bad that place is, it's now he's made it for years and years. What I can't do, why are you lying to me? I'm not lying. Mention on the menu that every expression I made like none like this. It's always supposed to be. I can leave the ingredients or tell you that's bad, if you want it. And then the finishes after. My sausage pizza. It was dripping in grease. The dough was so thick, parts of it were undercooked. I disagree with you on my goal. I think I have the grade on. Ready? This is a thin crust. Yes, sir. I mean, you need to go and get your eyes tested, but that was not a thin crust. I am disagreeing with you. We are not in 1985, Pete. Do you think that your father is serving the best pizza in Denver? No. And do you think that your husband is serving the best pizza in Denver?
No, I don't.
You know, there's a huge mistake on the oil. Because I think you just cooked me the worst pizza in Denver. I disagree with you. Can I have 2 minutes on my own? Do you mind?
No. Peter's extremely set in his ways, but he's got to listen to somebody, or we're not going to make it. You know what? He says.
He's right. I understand. He's right. You're in denial. That's the problem. You cannot just continue going through this system of failure that is just, you're not getting anywhere. You're just going further and further backwards. And it's not making anybody happy. It's not giving your wife and your family a bit of freedom. It's just feeding your ego. It's thinking. You're taking everybody else on the boat with you. The pizza is not good. I really I'm sort of buying. I'm fresh air. I don't think I'm doing a deal. I've been doing this for 37 years. Temporarily, I was a kid when I first started cooking. I should know a little bit more about dogs. It's right, everything is right. Every type of business is right. The things that I've been telling you, everything that you tell me, I've been saying the same thing. So, I think that's now. It's the type of thing. Try. I can actually tell you that I should listen. With everyone. The food is good. There it is. Wait, Brian. Why is you crying? Like a frustrating. You can mix like this. It's not good enough in one.
You know what? I've been watching this show like this for many, many years. And I've been nagging and screaming and cheering on.
Place either changes or what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah. If you don't change to do it, so you'll never see me in a place again. And I don't give two flying, you know what happens to everything I own. You'll be here by yourself.
Yeah, come on, calm
Yeah, calm down, right?
I'm the things I'm ready to change. Now I know what to do. That's what I've been doing. I understand. I'm all right. It's great. I got more experience than more together. So, there you have it. After seeing how stubborn Pete was about his food, the pizza is not good. I still disagree with this. And his claim that he has the best pizza in the city, Jennifer had to do, he had to do something to finally get through it. We're going to be tasting 3 margarita pizzas, so we headed downtown to do a little organized research. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Now armed with the findings from the taste test, Jeff Ramsey returns to Pantaleone's to confront Pete with the results. One thing that is right there, I think you have overestimated how good your pizza is. I don't think you've ever compared it to what's happening in Denver right now. So, after my visit disappointing lunch yesterday. I did a little research in Denver. How about all you stand up for the first time over here, please? Yep. And here it comes. Now time to really find out how good your pizzas are. Three pizzas in front of me. A, B, C. A is from one of the best restaurants in town. B is your pizza. And C is a store-bought local frozen pizza. Time to put your pizza to the test. Sorry, your pizza's B. It's a good favourite. I'd say yeah.
I like eating because it was thin.
And your next favourite?
Performing on the biggest stage in the world was just one step in my journey. Hi, I'm Ronnie. When I
Why B?
Soggy on the crust.
way too much.
It overwhelmed everything else.
Oh, my heart stopped. It was too much. Too much on the crust. The crust was soggy. It's just not very good.
Okay, Pete, here's the result in a nutshell. 75% of our taste testers preferred Pizza A for the top local Italian restaurant. In second place, with 15% of the votes, was a store.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. How does that make you feel, Paulette?
Bad, but I'm not surprised. Because I've been saying the same thing. Too much cheese, too much sauce, too much everything.
I have talked and talked and talked about the same things, and I don't see it changing.
It's really bad. It needs to change.
I think that they just like it's always more is better. I do put it all on the ingredients. I do.
Your pizzas are dated.
I am very surprised by the results of the video. I never thought my wildest dreams that the people of Denver would pick a frozen pizza over my pizza.
You have got to understand. You are miles away from serving Denver's best pizza. That 1991 review behind me is no longer valid. We're in a different era. You've taken the praise of a local critic, it's gone to your head, and you have locked in what they said was good, and you've been doing this for nearly 30 fucking years. Can you please just give me 2 minutes and fresh down outside? Because this is important. I've got one very important question for you. Am I really the teams? That's the one. No. You realize that how embarrassing it's been the last 3 years to work with other people? Well, we have our stuff. That's all because of
Yes,
this bullshit.
I've been in here waiting tables and my knees are shot. I'm not going to do anymore. I'm serious with you. I mean, I may even leave.
I have had a good time.
I'm actually living in Texas because I'm done. I've worked with you. I've been your partner. You don't always been my son. I've been with you. And I want you now to step up. Because I don't lose my home and to do all the things that I have.
Hey, are you committed? I am. You are. I am. 100%. Yes, I am ready to change. I am.
Can you?
Yes. Not so.
He is a creature of habit, and it's going to be a hard place to change everybody's habits. I want to see it.
The combination of Jeff Ramsey's tastiness, George was the main flavor, Jeremy beat by a stone wall from the close pizza, and ultimatum from his family.
I'm going to even leave.
Has resulted in a commitment from Pete, I am ready to accept change. But before any physical changes are made to the restaurant or to the food, Jeff Ramsey wants to bridge the gap between a father and a son. Here we are, with 1, 2, 3 generations working in this business. How important is that for you? Very, very. So, let me tell you something about a unique Italian restaurant. It's in New York. It's called Rayo's. They have been serving quality food since 1896. Wow. And every single night it is packed. You cannot get in there. Josh, how does that sound? It's very Josh. I'd love to take you around. Unfortunately, it was far from here. But in 2006 they opened up in Vegas. And I can take you both to Vegas.
Oh!
That is exactly what the three of us are doing tonight. Rayos is at Caesars, and my good friends at Caesars are sending a kind of plan. Wheels up in half a car. What the fuck is good looking? What are you going to do? What is this for dinner? It's unbelievable. I came with a deep later. I'm ready to go to very good chef Ramsey and my college. Of course. Come on. And nice to that to get out of that mess. Now you're taking over. You're going to be there. Tonight is about you two. Catch up with each other and spend a bit of quality time together. Here's to you both. Yeah, cheers. Father and son. How are you, sir? Morning, all. Good to see you. How are you back? What are you so absolutely? Is it patient? I'm here. Very good to be here. Welcome around. Come on, show me our. Let's go. Generations from the first time, the fourth generation. Think of it as science and how I grew up under the tutelage of my father, and I had learned how to really become open-minded and willing to communicate in a constructive way. And if you have that strong relationship that you care for one another, that will only reflect in your business. And there's really going to pick up on that on your business. Because it's a strong key message job. Stepping up to the plate for the team. Here's the most important thing is the relationship you have with your dad.
I agree with Frank. That's the most important relationship is with my father. And my father can see working together how successfully can become. They bring us some time food. I am still thankful for everyone to believe in me. Open my eyes and my heart. I can see everything in this person. I know what they do. They listen. I'll do that look of this time for the rest of my life.
One night together in Vegas has clearly brought Josh and Pete together again. And while they have been away, Chef Ramsay gave a green light to his team to overhaul the tour of this outdated restaurant.
So, are you all ready to see the next chapter of the
Yes, chef. Yes, chef. Okay, great. Remove your blindfolds. Beautiful.
Wow, this is gorgeous. This is amazing.
God has had impressive attacking locomotives. We completely transformed this gorgeous little room. It's a restaurant today. It's got that French contemporary feel. Is it amazing?
It is amazing.
All down outdated holiday, which was hideous. I mean, imagine French coats on, black and white, with that really nice contemporary vibe. With that new cool signs, keep that nice, fun, modern, hip vibe. God knows what's flying amongst the kids, and that's scary now. Everybody hates it. We have pictures of activities. Stunning. Family, pictures on the wall.
Oh, I love this.
Nobody knows that this is a family run restaurant.
Very favorite. The restaurant looks amazing. To have a hip New York vibe here at Denver is really cool. And it's new, but the history's still here.
You okay? No, I'm excited. I want my restaurant.
Is this awesome?
It's the best. It's so open. Hands down. Please, take a minute, pass along. We go along with the drastic changes that have been made to the interior. Dive in. Chef Ramsay has reduced the menu and the portion sizes.
Oh, it's easy.
He's designed a fun contemporary menu that has a modern take on Italian classics.
I think Denver is love this place.
Awesome. Big word that people form you outside. Let's go.
It has been a day of surprises for the family, and Chef Ramsay has one more.
Just stay there 2 seconds again.
That is sure to increase profits.
That is your new delivery bag, donated by my friends at 1-800 charity cars. I'm going to let everyone know, not just in the neighborhood, but in the city, that you have the best pizza. How gorgeous is that? You do? I have a beautiful restaurant. I have a beautiful menu, and I have a delivery. I want to make it out.
With everyone anxious to reveal the completely new restaurant,
But they can't decide. They couldn't decide. Remember?
Chef Ramsay gives some last-minute pointers to Pete and Josh.
One delicious portion of lasagna, one delicious portion of baked rice. Oh, this is awesome.
Good evening. Welcome to Paglioni. How are you?
Thanks.
me all the controls. Like that, okay? Pick it up. John, you follow through.
For tonight, Chef Ramsay has divided up the work for the father and son team.
Ready? Yes, ready.
Josh will be working the saute line,
Alright, let's do this.
while Pete, in addition to making the pizzas, will be expediting.
Here's our new menu.
There's a bunch of things.
Wonderful. All right, ladies. Yeah, give me enough time to decide.
Hold on, please. Let's go. Excellent one. Stay there. Come on, Charles. Getting ready to fire. Shut up. Let me do it. I got my name. Stop. What else is on that table? I'm just trying to throw pizzas in now. You're okay. I know what I'm doing.
Maybe how long for 16?
What's 16? 16 is already gone. Josh, is this done or what? I don't know what happened.
Although the dinner service has just begun, Pete is already overwhelmed with orders.
What is that 16? Bobby, you're not talking to me, man. We're missing times here.
And is not communicating effectively with Josh.
I don't even know where the fuck we are. Listen, what's an holiday here? Yeah.
The father and son team are confusing each other, and almost no food has left the kitchen.
Here's the starter. I need a table number on this.
Okay, lasagna. So we bring out the vodka, right? What's that we bring out the vodka?
I don't know.
What's that we bring out the vodka? Now you just started. Really? What the hell are you guys doing? What the fuck are you doing? Whatever. No. Here? Here? Come here. Open it now. I won't give up. We are now just going so far backwards. Have we come this far and have to give up? No. 716, this hasn't gone. When the ticket's gone, it gets fucking spiked. Yes, sir. Let's reboot, then we focus on 16. Okay? Let's go. It's service absolutely right. I have to take a breath and start doing a ticket on the time. Table 16, lasagna, linguine, vodka, sauce. Coming up right now. Alright, take your time. Let's do it next. Then I need the next level on the yellow and small meat loafers. Okay, third. Get your system, guys. Come on, third.
It appears as though Chef Ramsay's pep talk has done the trick. Both Pete and Josh are clearly more focused.
Level 16.
They are now able to
That's what, hold on. Get that small the icon. No, we're done. Get that one the icon, we're done.
I never thought I'd see these days. I think he's more open to listening, working with his family. I'm very proud of him, very much so. I thought you would ask.
I'm 61 and you can still do it, baby. Nice. I'll be time in the kitchen. Fast. Okay with it.
Right now, enjoy $4,000 off the nearest. To see one candidate, not to Kia.
Here, movement that inspires.
So, Dr. Swan's natural body wash?
Did he say body wash, Stevie? What's your rest? It could be anything.
We're looking at this.
Very point. Dr. Sponge body wash. Tremendous for natural.
Down, flat. Think of the legs and run with it. Right, look after yourself. Yeah? Dig in there. My darling.
I love your shirt. Thank you so much. Chef Ramsay really inspired us.
Look after your voice.
I will. And hopefully Pete and Josh can do even better and take it to the next level.
I've got to go. Still, Ramsay is a remarkable. I am grateful and thankful to him for coming here and opening my eyes. Today, I love you. In all my years of working here at Night, I don't think I've ever met a more double character than Pete. Unfortunately, when I first arrived, his heart may have been in the right place, but his head certainly wasn't. For almost 30 years, the guy was doing the same thing every day despite his business going down the hill. But I am truly honoured to have helped this wonderful and peaceful man to finally see the light. For Pete's sake, I sincerely hope that the Pationis continues to be successful for generations to come.
In weeks to follow, Pete remained committed to the standards set by Chef Ramsay.
Josh, you got it, bring out a motion and the spaghetti meatball coming up? Yes, I'm going to tell you whenever you are.
And the new menu has already received positive reviews from not only customers inside the restaurant, but outside as well. Thank you. Have a good day. Next on OffSeason items. The price is delicious with shit. If you actually visit the 50th restaurant, it's disgusting.
So I'm living in your head rent free, huh? George, you've done the most fun. All right, boys, you ready to run the next game of golf with the ready?
Definitely, Barack. I played like garbage last game. I need to redeem myself.
Well, I'm looking forward to going back to back.
Well, I won the game of life last time we played. I need to continue my win streak. Go to George and I'll settle for anything less. All right, just let me just go ahead and go before I start the game.
Go for it, Barack.
We will be playing up with these shorts like always. We will be playing careful and we should be doing your areas. And of course, the reason why we're going.
Everything sounds good to me. Let's get into it.
Yeah, I need to get back to being first place. It's been a while.
Well, I hate to break it to you guys. Go to George, we'll be winning this game.
Don't start with that again, George. It's a new day.
Don't start with what?
You know
I
exactly.
wasn't being toxic when we were playing the game of life. I won. I all I was happy to lucky George.
Thank God for
Starting
that.
up the game, so everyone focused up, and I wish you all good luck. You guys can't handle the fact. Yeah, me too. But it's whatever though. I'll take you all along once again by the end of this game as well.
All right, let me start us off here, huh?
I think you put too little power into that shot, Joe. What in the world was that shot? You don't even have to pass the staircase.
It's fine, Joe. Don't worry about it. We'll be able to complete the whole next turn.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. This will win power to put it. That's opposite against you. You're seriously going to list everything I have to tell you last this good? That's disappointing. What's not disappointing is my game play. Stop,
Okay, what was that, Ron? You talk a lot, but you're not backing it up.
stop tripping out. I'll still get it in next time. All right, Donald. Let's see what you got. Good luck.
I'm hoping this shot could be a hole in one.
I don't know about that one. I think you barely missed it.
Dang it, I should have put a little more power into it.
Should have. Donald, you're not good at the game. I'm so disappointed in you, George. I don't care. Focus on your thing. Well, thankfully, I was going to go for after a 30-minute turn. I was able to get a hold of it.
That was a great shot, Barack.
Thanks, Donald.
Good job, Joe, for finishing this up and keeping it.
Yeah, hopefully I don't mess up anything.
What about the respect? Then I'll be able to change the first play. And just like that, we're going to the first hole. On to the next one.
Nothing crazy happened there. I'm curious as to what the future holes will be like.
Well, it won't be anything hard for us. Not going to make us respect. We're going to do what we should.
The water is coming down. I think we're wrong.
We also want to say something that is smart, Joe. I will be in a fine condition to finish this hole up in 3 times the color. Don't worry about it. George is just on the field. Let's see what you got.
Well, I'm doing the same thing as George since I don't really know what else to do here.
That's because you have to copy the George. That's me. Go to George. Whatever you say, George. Are you going to do anything different, George?
Not really.
That's what I was
Already like that, so I'm just going to play safe. You know, take my stuff on the first place.
You're in a pretty good position, Joe.
Seriously?
Yep.
In the same position as us. Where's my praise? All I'm going to try something different. What if I just didn't say it's about the food? Alright, now stare at me. Did you not see that when you were observing earlier?
Shut the hell up, George, to the sort of camouflage.
No excuses for garbage play. Excuse me, how about you watch me for non-garbage play? What's your strategy? Get a good angle and then leave it for us.
There's no way this is going in.
Come on. That ain't that serious for you.
What happened there, George? I just remembered.
I don't need to hear it. Focus on yourself, George.
That's enough.
Come on, so close.
I've had enough of your BS, George. There is no reason for you to say something like that. Apologize to Donald right now. I'm not having it.
Fine, sorry. That was a pathetic apology.
It's fine, Barack. Whoa, let's go. That was a nice shot, Joe. Let's continue this good play.
Yeah, but it is. I need to replicate that.
It's a good idea to just play it safe for us. You can still be in this game.
Yeah, I'm thinking you can get it in next turn.
Whatever you guys say, watch me respect.
Nobody will respect you, George, because you might be competitive. You might win here and there. But if you say, look, we'll take it to your friend, then that's not okay. I think you got some sense there. Don't mind it, Barack. Let's see what happens. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nice shot, Barack. Thanks, Bill. You were able to make up for your first shot, but you're still very much in this game. Yeah, you're still tied for first place. It doesn't matter. Those are George to get first place. Don't get it twisted. Nobody cares for what you have to say, George. Focus on yourself now. I am. Let's do something about this photo. Well, how did that first Great job, Donald. You're still doing the whole.
He scores a natural hat trick. Ooh, both Perfetti got free assists in that game too. Okay, these two are gonna be fucking tasted together.
All right, let's see what you got, Barack. Dang it. Brad, you bounce to it so I could get that hole. Tell us what you're doing, Barack. If you do this right, you'll be able to finish the hole in 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Thanks, Joe. Nice shot, by the way. Seriously? The hole is bigger than I thought. What was a nice shot? Stop being toxic, George. Okay, bounce it off this wall. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get out of Barack, shot, Barack. That's likely you're going to take you 2 turns, but it's only 51. Nice. Thanks, guys. I guess we're all tied up, huh? Not for long. Later, George will end up in third place. Put you up. That's not a bad strategy.
Keontae Miller, Cole Betty, Brock Besser, Jesper Kotkaniemi scores the game winner.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know how to get into the fight. Maybe we should get better at the game, Joe. Maybe then you realize. We're going, Joe. Let's see if I can make something special happen. I got it. I was thinking to get a little bit of this first, man. You're not good enough, Barack. We got this Barack. They're all going to play smart. Somehow. You're trying to make this thing a team game. Just wait for it. You grab that because I'm joking. You didn't understand that. Watch it. You got this stuff. Good luck. It's what you promised. Well, that was a nice job. Thanks, Blah, 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 blah. Other stuff. George, excuse me, worry about yourself. Well, I'll be fine. I'll have a good angle to this game and get this that girl. Why are you giving us talk to such a good shot? It's better to be toxic like you, George. Come on, she's going for it. The good thing that happened is I got the rock. She'll finish this whole next time. That was just lucky. Nice job.
Signing a massive contract, so yeah, I hope he stays really good.
She realized that what's the point, Joe? My point is, why are you talking like you got a whole? Why are you talking like you're ahead of me? It's stupid to do. Don't you guys good numbers here? All right, well, you've been talking a lot, George. So what? Go to get a win this game, you can validate it, you can stuff. Oh, don't worry about that. You almost screwed up that shot, George. Are you sure you're going to win? But I didn't screw that shot up. So stop talking about it like I did. Then I couldn't leave this guy to the situation. Yeah, well, that's about what you said. How are you supposed to mess up? If I find this right, then I'll be fine. You definitely will be fine, Barack. What did I say to you? I told you that I would be fine. It's pretty lucky to me, but whatever. Maybe you got something else, George. It's crazy. Yeah, I have something else. Wait, what? I told you. All right, well, I'm going to try replicating the shot around. Damn it, you see this bad play. No, but I see you, and that's pretty drastic. You have to do this. I don't know what's going on anymore. Let's see what you do.
Ooh, nice. My rookie's leading the team down there points. Awesome. I'll take that. He's my future sniper. He might be the next Obi. Brock Besser's first prize.
I told you all the time, going to mess up. All right, Jeff, sign up for that stuff, Barack. How many times do I have to say you got that? Yeah, whatever. You'll mess up. Mark my words. Let's talk about that, George. All right, then, let's see if I can make a comeback in this quarter. So I don't fall too far behind the computer. I forgot you were even in this game, Joe. You're not even relevant. Seriously, you literally won that game. Well, with that kind of shot, he's not winning this one. You do a lot of talking to someone that knows you're going to get there. For real. Oh, then I really won a game. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You see me right now? I'm literally talking to I'm voting George, and I demand respect. Don't you demand respect? They earned it. You see with your ball out of bounds last time. That was one person. I got this shot. What do you say about that? I think you got lucky. This is a joke at this point, George. I don't think it's a point of the reservation. The only thing is how you got to confident in you guys each other. All right, let's do this for now. I got to say, it's double quickly.
Miller!
Let's go. And be able to finish it up next turn. I need to replicate that.
And you did just that, Donald. Like Joe, this is the physical moment thing. Good job, guys. This is disgusting. You're lucky it's all disgusting.
I don't care what you're saying to me, George. It's irrelevant. Get back.
Well, if you think what I say to the moment, it is irrelevant. You're an 8 to look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, I see that there are only 5 verses.
That's not opportunity to do. That's not what I'm trying to do. Okay, I don't know how to get close to it, so I'll be doing myself. This is an accident waiting to happen.
Are you sure about this, Veronica?
Yeah, I guess not even it's stupid. What is that shot?
Shut up, George. Don't say stuff like that.
It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Well, maybe you should worry about me because I know something like that. All right, it's always going good. It's always going good. That's a good shot. Yeah, hopefully I can sense control and something to see. I'd like to see you guys start getting to the other side of it.
All right, Veronica. Let's see what you do here.
I'll just try to shoot to the left. And once again, that was a bad shot. You guys want to know something?
If you never heard it, shut the hell up.
Back. You guys are talking crazy much. We're talking about other stuff.
All right, let's see how you approach this shot.
What? I got it.
Ain't that true?
Okay, I just did that. This is all that you can have part of it. Check it out. Then how are you supposed to know how much power to put in for the other side? Donald, you literally got it. It's up to 7. You got on for that. That's it all. Well, you're not doing that either, Joe. You're fast. Okay, I'm actually getting annoyed by your voice right now, George. I'm getting annoyed with fast. Okay, Swindy, watch me.
Come on, Veronica.
Get fast.
Can't let George shoot you like that. You're still in this game. Don't throw that opportunity away.
George has been annoying to a lot. This entire time he's been talking crap. Watch me. This entire time he's been talking. This entire time he's been hypocritical. I'm so over it.
Come on, Veronica. Take a breath, okay? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Okay, are you feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thanks, Donald. How the hell did that make you feel better? Because it's been over. Stop, Donald.
Shut the hell up.
Driving you crazy. Are you kidding me right now? How much power am I supposed to put in here? This is so confusing. We just dashed the game ago. What? Just remember. Okay, I'm just going to ignore the focus on that. That was a terrible shot.
Oh, really now?
I'm just trying to get close to the other side. You didn't do that well. I'm just going to get to the other side and that's all I am. I don't understand what Barack is saying. Of course I did. If you made the right move by using close to the back. Why that watch that?
Watch what, George? I didn't see much if I'm being honest with you.
Feel better than Donald. Don't forget that.
I literally went to the game. What are you even talking about?
I'm talking about how you're literally being fast right now. Once again, another pathetic shot. All right, Felix, how about you watch me? I think I'll do it this week. Let's talk more action. Whoa, it's about a job, because of that. You made us the blueprint as to how to get to the other side. Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, for real, Joe. That was a great turn from you. Keep it up.
Okay, try not to rub your alliance in my face that much. Excuse me, you heard us. I'm not the wrong to try to solve the engine. You're the defensive and you're superior defensive.
Big back.
What if you just call me?
Don't even think about playing victim here, George. For real.
You're calling us framework. You see my shot, though? That's because I'm Joe. Joe doesn't only happen because of Joe. That's not true.
It is true because I'm going to do the same thing and get the same result. Thanks, Joe.
No problem, Donald. I just want to move on to the next goal and play stuff on it. Let's see if we can finish this one up, Joe.
Are you serious right now? The ball is literally right in front of me.
It's literally right in front of us. If anyone messes with us, it's you guys go. They could really get you to the time and what's wrong with the play. Wow.
Wait, what?
Dead for us. You might as well just retire now. Okay, that's because you're filthy to do it. Oh, this one I'm saying, I'm not going to get unlike this, I will own up and say that was terrible shot. I'll be better than that. Damn it. You'll be better. I don't know about that one for us. If you even have a 1% chance of winning, that is not wrong for zero. You're trash at this game.
He's only down 3 and so that's no whole shot. So lost the shot out. All right, George, let's see how you approach this whole win.
I think it's pretty straightforward. You see if I'm going to keep myself towards that key and bounce off the wall. That's how you do it.
Well, I guess that's how you do this hole.
Damn right.
If you're finished with solving the answer last hole, I'm not doing it here.
I don't need to say it. All right, well, just replicate that because I don't see any other option.
That's probably the right thing to do. That way it gives the greatest competitive.
Because all Rock can do is copy me. He can't do anything to himself.
Do I have memory loss?
That's a good shot, Joe.
Rock won the game if you have it. Got it.
The past is the past. What's important is now. I'm winning.
Of course, someone with a 2-8 record would say that the past is the past. Just imagine losing that much.
I couldn't imagine off the track when all you do is copy my move. What the Rock? We've literally done that multiple times. like the juice or feel the water or whatever that is. So I'm living in the head next to it. I'm going to do something most awesome. For real. We're going to do it. Think about it. Whoa. Hold on now, Joe. That was an amazing shot. Good one. Thanks, Donald. Let's see what you got. I'm going to aim like you did, Joe. Oh, boy, here you go. That was a big bad shot again. Donald, roll over the outfield. And at least the other man really did it. I can't say the same about you. Okay, why are you talking a lot? You're in last place. So what? You messed up your first shot. Quiet down with you. Well, I'm planning on redeeming myself. Let's see if I can beat this shot. You got this wrong. I'm not saying that. That was a mid shot. Yeah, but you have to finish this whole thing. I don't even know why you're talking about the rock. What do you mean? He's in last place and we're in last place. The shot was promising. Damn it! I didn't put enough power into it. Of course, I have to make sure another turn to finish this home run. Shut down. I can't relate. I would be in first place still. What are you talking about, dude? Wait, what? My finger slipped. I can't believe that I wasted a turn like that. God damn this. I feel that pain a lot. You just gotta stay in it. You feel the track has to slip in the track. That's how you do it, boy. I'm not even surprised anymore with the weather of the course. You might not worry about Donald and the rock. Yeah, I don't. Certainly have to worry about me sometimes in first place. I guess we'll see about that. All right, let me do it. I guess I'll just keep myself good. See what happens. Okay, come over, Rock. You can still win this. So I don't want you to put your hand outside of the shot, okay? All right, fine, good. You're right. How about you guys witness my greatest once again? Oh, boy. What the hell? Yeah, I don't know what that was, George, but you need yourself off the court. Remind me again, Rock. What place is it right? That doesn't matter right now. What matters is that Big Donald will be making this great comeback. Watch out, boys. I don't need to watch out for anything. Hurry it up and screw up already, Joe. I know it's coming. Can you calm down and stop trying to throw me off that screen? That's what he says, Joe. Okay, I am fine with this shot since I actually stayed in bounds. I'm like a certain someone. Okay, well, once the fast player finishes this time, I can show you my grip. Wait, what the hell? I'm going to see you. Cheating is the only thing I'll do now. I don't care. Stop it. What in the world is that? Don't fight me. That was my bad shot. You're going to keep it up. Keep it up. All right, fine. I'll replicate that sometime. Whoa, you almost went out of bounds again. This thing is starting to get real interesting. I'm not going to lie. For real. It's time for me to make good progress with this hole. Well, that's a good shot, Donald. You'll be able to get out. What the hell? Okay, you guys just do it. Anyway, I'll just replicate the things on my face. Of course, you have to copy someone to make progress on a hole. Here's what? The original. It's good to be clear and perfect and replicated my last shot. What are you talking about? I think it's better if you focus on your shot more instead of people you want to stay in the last place. I think that was a good question. How about that? So let's see the shot from George. What the hell? How did that not go in? This is stupid. Are you actually trying right now? Shut up, Donald. You'll focus on yourself. That was a nice shot, Donald. Dodge my ball. You gotta get it back to the play. That was lucky. What about this, George? Is this lucky? Yes, that is lucky. Okay, fine. What about this, George? Is this lucky too? That is also lucky. Okay, then what do you call this shot of yours? My shot is all skill. It's like I'm at a circus right now. Are you a clown or something, George? No, you wasn't a clown, Joe. Excuse me, I'm doing first place because I was in first place and I am Joe. What kind of dumb logic is that, George? It's fine. Watch this shot, boy. Well, I'm not sure what it's it looks like I'm here to progress with the hole. Okay, let's do this. What kind of shot was that? You didn't put enough power in it. Okay, don't talk to me like that. Wait, what? It's weird. Look at this. It's like knocking down like every chance you get. Losers, come on, George. It's George and make sure he gets first place just to watch. All right, we're going to George. Let me accommodate you. Okay, you're in last place. Stop acting like you're going to do something. How about you watch me here? I'm not saying that. Nice one, Baron. Wait. What in the world was that? What did I just witness? This is bridge. Big Donald will do the same. What are you going to Tim Donald will do the same? Damn it. Don't call yourself Tim Donald for your skill set. Wait, what? You should call yourself Tim Donald. Excuse me? Okay, so many things could happen. First of all, don't listen to Tim Donald. Second, what in the world is I couldn't help you, Joe. Dang it. I barely messed up my timing. You're pathetic, Joe. Bill doesn't need a joke flowers, Bill. So it's not a pathetic thing. It makes me go there anyway. Just watching the game. Bill, I want you. And to be honest, I didn't see them. Shut it up, George. I don't need your analysis or commentary, Baron. You really were told to watch. For real? What do you think we were going to do after that? Quiet. Who the hell says quiet? Anyway, that's a good shot. Now, this whole next turn. So maybe you can the pressure to us. Oh, that's great. I'm not sure if they'll get first place. Damn it. I can't put the power into my shot. I know it's good. You just realize that? Or don't you have your own issues to worry about? Well, I'll be in first place. so I don't think so. The loser, the more the loser.
Back to back.
Who's writing, who's writing, who's writing. You're not seeing it.
It's about 10 times you got over here.
What about Joe Hunt? What do you want to say about it? Okay.
He also has to get over here, but he's also in first place.
Don't think whatever I'm on. The best shot. There is no reflex on this. Same with you. It's something, it's something, it's something, it's something, it's something. That's what I'm saying.
I keep messing up the shot. We're coming to the lead out here. Ooh. Okay, Joe. Let's take the deep breaths, okay? Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Okay, are you feeling any better?
Yeah, I'm feeling much better, Donald. Thank you for that. There's no way this performance is much better because of that. Well, I guess he was able to overcome that one obstacle. So what? Continue building on that build. I'm doing just that for round one. I guess to see about that. Here I go. Okay, what in the hell was that shot, Joe? You are literally throwing so hard right now, like I predicted. You were in first place for a while. Now you're second place, you're going to be the last place. You have to say, stop it, you're right. That's not going to do. Get better. You know your best shot to that, right? It's facts.
Oh, really?
It's scoreboard, this is, I know you three have eyes. Damn it. Joe went from first to last. That's a fact. Joe choked. That's a fact. Stop being so sensitive and butthurt.
You literally call this trash and pathetic and sorry. How are those facts?
All right, stop talking to me. You can't be serious. The last hole.
Hurry up then.
What does it look like I'm doing, Joe? And my job is so amazing that I'll be finishing up this hole relatively soon. You guys are pathetic. See that point at the end? What you do? Give it. Wait up with your fast play. Nobody wants to see you. Oh my God, the Shut the hell up, Donald. That was the thing drop. Get Joe in. It's because he got lucky. This thing is good. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, that was a fast shot, Donald. Too fast. It's my place. Better do something about this. You're definitely not doing something about this. Damn. It's okay, Brock. Take the pose. You still finish this hole in a couple of hurries. All you need is one good shot. And all I need is one more shot and you're going to win this game. I want you to be sure of that. You know the exact score? I don't need to know the exact score you sat, loser. If your best shot yours, George. I finished this hole up and I know I'm going to win. Let's do this, boys.
What do you mean, let's do this, boys? Who the hell are you talking to? You're not talking to yourself, apparently.
And once again, Donald, you do a lot of talking. You're not looking.
Damn it.
You failed to finish the hole up this time. Might as well just give up. It's not over till it's over good. You're literally on the other side of the ground. Yeah, they got their new assist for the country or not. I would laugh really hard if you didn't get first place, George. I get it literally like anyone who's supposed to yesterday.
All right, it's time to finish up this hole. Hey, Donald, is sitting strong. Hopefully, I can still get first place.
So you're fat, stupid. Stop it! I'm tired of your BS doing it. You're playing with us so we can have fun. If you want to make personal attacks, what are you going to say? That maybe you shouldn't play with us anymore. Wait, what? I want you to really think about this. If you don't acknowledge the mean comments you're making, then maybe you shouldn't play with us moving forward. How about that?
Brock, maybe we should rethink what you just said.
Screw that. Bill really needs to think about what he's done. This is the only way. All right, you continue to go. Let's see the score.
Damn it.
I was so close. Go to George again. I told you, sir, that you didn't respect me and didn't try. I wanted this. I wanted the game of life. And now I want to go with your friend. How about it, George? Good day. I'm out. See you. Wait, what? Yeah, I'm out of here, too. The next one. I'll pitch again.
George, I want you to listen for a second. Brock is upset at you because you made personal attacks. We'll acknowledge your wins, but along the way, you've gotten too aggressive with your comments. You called me fat. You called Joe Gilliman incapable. And you even called Brock. Really think what you said. If you want to continue playing with us, then I advise you to stop with those mean comments and apologize.
Hi, Arjun. Welcome to your new home. Make sure you start with the right advisor. They're going to be by your side for a long time.
Zipline Pressure Bag's exclusive 9-point protection helps keep your stellar treats from becoming unidentified frozen objects. So since we already have the basic list, there's really no need to go through this. Don't worry about that for now. Instead, the first thing we're going to do is escort over to the Big Tower Bridge. We're going to get you on your first bridge. So while we won't cross this bridge, I mean, this will be irrelevant down the line, but I do want to mention, obviously, a lot of people are like, hey, where's the walkthrough? We need more episodes. this takes a lot of time to produce. Just for perspective, we streamed for about 5 hours the other day taking notes, and 5 hours worth of note taking and streaming gives me enough material to make maybe 3 30-minute episodes of the series. So there's a lot of work that's going into this, and I'm trying to get it out, but between other commitments and whatnot, things are fairly limited at the moment. So for the time being, there's only 1 episode per day, which, by the way, just run along this right side. There's nothing we need to worry about. We just need to get up to this guy, and then we're clear. But yeah, so right now there's only 1 episode per day. The goal is, of course, to ramp that up, but until I am farther through the game and I have more material prepped up, I have to keep it at 1 per day. The Let's Play series, I know a lot of people are like, well, hey, that's hitting 5. That's because I had the game 2 weeks early. The Let's Play series is all pre-recorded. That's done. I'm not, juggling back and forth. So when y'all see a walkthrough episode, usually I have just gotten done playing the game and going through all the crap to make these notes. So please have patience. I'm sorry I can't give y'all more, but I have a lot of people that are messaging me on Twitter, messaging me on Discord, hitting me up with things, and it's like, I'm sorry, you just have to wait. I can only do 1 per day for now. Hopefully I can scale it up to multiple, but I don't have the episodes ready yet. I'm trying to get through the game so I can bring this to y'all still, in terms of the heavily detailed note stuff. So anyway, just run across the bridge. You can kill those little ones, the giants, whatever you want to call them. You can kill them if you want. They're obviously worth souls, but I wouldn't worry about them. The biggest thing is we're trying to come over here and we're trying to get our break done. It's another reminder in general, if we miss anything, I'm going to have it pinned in the top comment of the episode. On every episode, I put a comment doing a brief overview of key things that were important in that episode, in addition to anything that we may have missed. Some stuff we're going to go back. I don't know how many people pointed out that one particular action war that I overlooked. So we're going to get that this episode as well. A couple people mentioned Box Quest. It's like the Monkey Man hidden tree. I'll touch on him in a second also. So go on over here, restore the power. And you can do this anytime you get a great room, with the exception of Regatas. So I'm ready to jump back to the map and go to the round table. So first thing we do at round tables, we are going to equip our great room. This is going to be really nice. Now, there are a couple of these in the game. You can just equip them right here after you have unlocked it at that greater room's respective divine power. And upon doing that, you can then go into your inventory, and I'll have one right now. But when you have a rune arc, and if you use that rune arc, it'll activate the power of your equipped greater room. So in this case, this greater room, you can see, raises all attributes. This actually boosts every single stat you have by 5, which is really significant in the early game. So super nice great room, but obviously we need to have rune arcs. You can buy those now, but I wouldn't worry about it. We're going to find plenty of those as we go on. So the first thing we want to do over here, though, is we're going to talk to Belly, who should be right here in the library.
I thought you received this in this around defending the OffSeason, the founders and Godric's grafting grounds. You defeated him. We should have a good use of it. I don't intend to let it have it.
So now we have the Arsenal Charm, which is super useful early on. Looking at our equipment load, you can see if I put this on, it's going to jump up quite a bit. So very nice early talisman for those big boy builds.
Let your foster father. He's in his study. If you haven't already, I advise you to do father. It's a lead and short talking.
So her quest line is set for now. This guy still isn't talk. This is still locked, but first we need to go do the great room thing, which now that we have a great room. You notice this door is now open as well. And these are the 2 fingers. So let's go and talk to this lady.
I'm going to take it inside you because the far
Basically, we just need to get a second one to continue. But more importantly, now that we have a demigod done, we now have access to remembrances. Now, remembrances are the equivalent of basically your boss weapons. Certain bosses, the demigods, as well as certain other key bosses, you're going to get remembrance. And you can use that to pick one of 2 choices. So with this thing is actually pretty fun. The Graphic Dragon, really cool weapon art. The axe in testing, I didn't find this all that good. If you want a really big axe, it's there. If you don't need either of the items, you can of course just use this as a consumable and get a bunch of souls. So just personally is what I'm going to want to do here, because I have no interest in either of those things. Additionally, this merchant, the finger reader Henia, as you kill more humanoid bosses and bosses that have armor and whatnot, you're going to be able to come back to her and you'll be able to buy boss armor from her. So right now there's obviously nothing for inventory, it's fairly limited, but later on she is going to have stuff. So actually she might, hang on one second, let's test this. I think she might have some stuff right now. We just do a world state refresh.
Thanks to Freedom Mobile's affordable plan, Sam's not worried about getting a great connection and a great price. But he is worried about
the filler.
Oh, Sam. We can't help with that. New Nivea Men Black and White.
For just 47 to say your shutout. Holy shit, buddy.
Only left to protect your clothes from white and yellow stains. New Nivea Men Black and White. To fade your colors. Nivea is for skin.
She still doesn't have it, so that means that once we come in the second, our second guy got unlocks that potential. So there's some other things to touch on. We're going to talk about quest chains. His quest chain doesn't really pick up until the Altus region, so talk to him if you want. It doesn't really matter. These quest chain, this is going to tie into Fia's quest chain, but we don't need to worry about that for now. Going on over here, now we've talked to her, this door's open. You can go on over here and you can talk to Gideon. I have known as a time. I'm just going to burn through this dialogue and give you a brief overview of his use. So he has he's just telling us about the other demigods. Now what I like about this guy is you can go here and if you're not sure or if you want lore or whatever, this is going to tell you about the various demigods. So there's lots of lore. Go ahead and just ask about Nepheli because that's his daughter and we want to burn through her dialogue. And I would suggest going through this on your own as well, just to learn about the demigods. So it's just, it's additional lore and stuff that you're going to get that is good. Going over here, I think we have a ball bearing, whatever we don't. See if there's anything else that we can use. Should pick up some stuff real fast. I want those keys. So I'll show you all the remembrance. I'm just going to go ahead and use this. On keys is always good. You don't have to load up on keys right now, but since this is the walkthrough, I always want to make sure I have enough to open stuff. Some other quests to touch on. So these quest chain mainly just get you as a set of armor, but we don't need to do anything else with him for now. His quest is more tied on into Fia over here, which we're now going to talk to and get her quest going. Now, Fia is going to die eventually, but it's at the very end of her quest. So anyway, just go in, get a hug real fast, and then we're going to have an option to call his secret. She's going to ask us to find the dagger. And by the way, all of these NPC quests, none of these are pertaining to the platinum. If there is something that you're going to do that could potentially cause you to miss the platinum, I will explicitly mention that when that time comes. Up until now, the only thing that we've done towards our platinum is, of course, get to. We've done a couple kills. We've done just the bosses we've killed. You know, the guy down south, Margit, and then of course Godric. All three of those were. That answers that one. So right now, the only thing we need have been boss kills going towards our platinum. None of the NPC quest lines in the game relate to the platinum at all. There's a couple of different items that we need to get for the platinum, but we haven't missed any of those anymore. And of course, I'll point those items out as we get to them. But yeah, so I've seen a lot of people like, hey, the Wolfman won't come down with Snap, or hey, that NPC doesn't want to talk in secret. If you run into something like that, don't worry about it. Just move on to the next step in the videos. You probably went and did something in the world that caused an inconsistency, but you can still continue regardless. You're not going to miss your platinum, so just continue. So you can go ahead and talk to Rangier if you want. Tell him you've defeated Godric. Well done. So he's going to go on and give you Rogier's rapier. Really nice certainty to talk about the courts. I'm gonna talk to you. So there's a little bit, I won't say complex, but there's a couple of intertwining threads with these quest lines. Each quest line ties into Thea, the lady that gives us the hug. And Rajir's quest line he's more a precursor. He is not needed really for any of these quest lines, but talking to him will give you some additional details. If we go through the East quest line, you're going to get another armor set. You're going to meet his brother, and eventually his brother is going to be the one that kills Thea. But if you don't talk to Thea or D, you don't need to worry about that. You'll still get his particular armor later. And Thea, as long as we get a key item going through Ronnie's quest line, which we're going to get into later, we can go and do the very end of her quest line. So for the most part, a lot of these precursor steps, when I'm talking to NPCs and whatnot, it really just kind of gives you starting lore towards the quest line. Good example is the Wolfman. Meeting the Wolfman, he leads into Ronnie's quest. Whether you meet him or not, though, is irrelevant. Now, if he's attacking you, you might need to use a Celestial Dew to get forgiven before Ronnie's quest, but that's still a long ways out. So we'll get to that when the time comes. But for now, there's a couple things we're going to snag real fast. The first being right here at the Church of Pilgrimage. This is the northern church in the Legion Peninsula, that southern region. You may remember we found that art picture when we were running around in the castle. So we're just going to go straight north. Show it on the map where we are. In Church of Pilgrimage, this is where we went. So get you the Warhawk Ashes. So those crazy birds with swords that were attacking you, you can now summon your own crazy bird with a sword. The next thing I'm going to do is, it's right here. A couple people pointed this out, so we're going to get it. While on that note, I'm going to touch on Bach. Briefly pull up the map. We're now Warmaster Shack, and we're going right into here. So just west of Death Touch Catacombs.
So, friends, what do you think about the absolutely love that are portable and you're getting the same quality as the Sacred Brand? Now,
Stuff like this is actually why I was so hesitant to the water. There's a guy out here sitting here that's riding around. So a couple people have said the volume has been too high on the series as well, so we're going to knock everything down one notch as well. But there's a guy riding around on a horse out here, and apparently if you kill him, he drops an extra board. It's like super obscure stuff like that that had me hesitant about getting the 100% walkthrough going to begin with, because it's like, well, here's this one dude just hanging out, and if you kill him, you get him. I should work Golden Bow. Let's see. The next thing we're going to do, let's see. We're going to go out here. Now, you may have remembered coming on over to this area when we were doing our quick loop. We went over here when we got there. There's also some stuff we can grab, and have the hut right here, have a help with rot. We're going to get the recipe to fix rot in a couple episodes from now, but for the time being, as long as you're not going deep into Caleb, rot shouldn't really be a concern. But if you do need to get that, just say that the well area that we that's coming up very soon, but I want to get us through a little bit of the area release before we go down into Sagebrush, because I'd say that area is slightly past the area in terms of its difficulty. But right now we're heading to go get the Moon Veil, one of the most ridiculous weapons in this game. This thing's probably going to get nerfed just because of how strong it is, but until it does, it's a fantastic weapon for mages to have something good in their own hand. This is a pretty quick run to the tunnel. So we're going to do this, and then after that we're going to knock out the French Folk Hero Spray, which is that break that's at the start of the game that I said I'm not worried about for the time being. We're finally going to go tackle that now that we are stronger and better suited to the fight. Go this way, this way, grab that Sunblade 2. actually a couple of weapons that we get here that are pretty nice. Level up as well. We're going to keep pumping our vigor up. I really want to get up to 40 vigor. That is the first soft cap. Your two vigor breakpoints for people that are trying to level up health are going to be 40 and then 60. After 60, 50 times are very valuable. But getting all the way up to 40 is really going to help you. It's one of the biggest things that I didn't do in my Let's Play series, and it made certain bosses a massive struggle. And like I said before, your weapon damage is mainly going to come from upgrades. So whether or not you have specific things isn't as much of a concern. As a reminder, some of these dudes, the minor dudes in particular, they're resistant to the slash damage. So if you have like a mace or something, they'll work better, but I'm just kind of whacking my way through anyway. So we're going to make this turn. We just came from there. We're just going right into this little cabin first. Got mine on this guy. There's going to be some big old squiddy boy that's going to show up. I'll start killing the babies right now.
Let's go with 259 for him.
While we're picking up weapons, let's actually talk about that briefly, because a lot of people have been asking, saying I'm getting ahead of you, what's the next weapon I should go for? So as I mentioned at the start, we're playing what's known as a quality build. The advantage of the quality build is that as we get more and more towards the end game, Cross 99, by the way, is a really nice full-on bleed weapon. Really solid set on that. Of course, it has bleed built in as well. But as we get towards the end game, our stats are going to scale probably in the range of like 50-50 for both dex and strength. And that's just to give us the stats to use literally any weapon we want. So you should already have, if you've been following this guide, bring your key items. You should already have this thing, the Iron Weaplet, which as you can see when applying an affinity allows an additional affinity of heavy, keen, and quality. You can pick any weapon that you can customize, meaning a non-unique weapon. So in this case, something like the Bloodhound's Fang is unique, but you could use the Falchion, you could use the Claymore, you could use the Straight Sword, you could use, let's see what else would work here. Hook Claws would work, the Wind would work, the Banished Knight's Halberd would work. This one's considered unique. This would work, this would work, this would work, this would work. And you can pick any of these things.
ACP, slavery during safety and natural.
And if you take them and you just turn them into quality using that whetstone that we got, all of a sudden you have a branded quality weapon. So, don't worry about whether the weapon that you are using is appropriate. The whole reason that I suggested play a quality build was because you have the flexibility to use any weapon you want. So, if you want to be a katana guy, be a katana guy. If you want to use the big greatsword, use the greatsword. Obviously, there are certain setups that are more optimized, but the katana's doing a dedicated dexterity build, so it's better. If you just want to use giant colossal weapons, you're going to be best off using strength. But the benefit of a quality build is that you can take pretty much every weapon in the game, and you can pick it up and use it, and you'll get by fire. And then once you know, this is the weapon I like, I really like this particular weapon, then you can spec into a specialized spec for that particular weapon. I mean, a full quality in particular, the Bloodhound's Fang, this is actually one of the strongest weapons in the game. I haven't had a test to fully test everything out, but this gets absolutely insane scaling. The whole range of the late game. This one weapon could carry you for the entire game as quality if you wanted to. That's very strong scaling as a bleed moveset. Anyway, so we killed the squid using up the cross Naginata, and we killed everything and grabbed it.
Professor, fuck yes, let's go, buddy.
Down these stairs. It's some more stuff. Right when you get down the stairs, you can see this guy's just hanging out right here. Make sure you kill him first. You don't want to be distracted. And then, look for this guy in the knife machine in the back. boss one is right there. Before that, though, we're going to open this. We'll grab the next part of Alexander's quest line. Here's the warrior. This was supposed to be good. What's going on? Well, gosh. It's the festival. So his quest line is really important. I think a lot of these quest lines, they might get you something really cool, but none of them are needed for Black. If you go this way, this will pop you out into a rear entrance, so you can't. Even if you come in here from behind, that door that we just opened was locked, which is why we went this way. But like in particular, going through his full quest line, you'll get access to a talisman that increases how strong your sword skills are. There's another NPC we're going to meet called Millicent to go into the other quest line, gives us a talisman that increases our damage with consecutive attacks in addition to boosting our dexterity. So there's some really nice stuff for these quest lines, but if something's messing up, once again, it will not jeopardize your platinum. So we're going to be fighting a Magma Worm here. This is probably the most difficult boss we've fought up until now, depending on your setup. Mages just keep rock slinging it in the face. Big guys, Flame of Frenzy, even though it's a fire type lizard. I want to actually didn't like the ability to how much MP do I have? Oh, I can summon Bird. That's great. I can summon Bird. Who else can I summon? I might summon Bird. Show y'all Bird. He's a lot of Birds unupgraded. Bird is unupgraded. I could use Magic Priest if I wanted to add a little bit more trouble to this fight. It's probably not going to be the good thing. The biggest thing here is avoid the lava. The lava will hurt. So we're just trying to get some distance while he's lobbing and stopping. Just some of Bird. The biggest thing is to just focus this guy's head. Kill my bird. By the way, if you're trying to kill this guy, the only class that I think really needs to kill him right now is going to be mages, because killing him as a mage is going to get you access to the Katana, which I'm sure you've seen like a billion YouTube videos about by this point. But mainly builds, we're not going to use this guy jumps anyway, so if you don't kill him, it's not a huge concern. There's that lead rock. Yeah, mages, this is all about you just crossing. Just crossing to bomb in the head. Every time you bomb in the head, he's going to fall down. Dragonheart and Moonveil. As I mentioned, this is very much for a mage build, 23 and 18 decks. But this thing has a very, very good unique skill where if you use your normal attack, it's going to toss out the horizontal blue waves. That's good for AoE clear. If you use the heavy attack, it's going to do a quick vertical slice that travels pretty far. Just a really solid weapon for my mages out there to have something that allows you to actually stick in the fray while, also being able to cast and whatnot.
You really think you can get me to like dark chocolate?
Without a doubt.
Want it taste bitter?
Not this dark chocolate.
It's delicious. I told you it wasn't bitter. From the Lint Master Chocolatier. Discover excellence. Expect delicious. Wait, I'm telling you, it's like how
so we got the Great Room, we talk to Crazy Lady, we'll talk to Belly, Gideon, and we'll go to the quest, we'll talk to Secret Thing. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is Intro Heroes. So this is actually all the way back to the start of the game, the first step. And this is the starter dungeon. I don't recommend doing it any earlier than this. Before you go into this, it's good to have either a bow or a crossbow you're going to want to have something on before you go and try to do this place, because there's a really unique trick that we can do that'll make it significantly easier, but you're going to need a boat to pull it off. Best to see it. Barry has left. Right, Barry has left, so you don't need to worry about talking to him. We are going to do this quest line, though. That continues in the region we're going to get to in the next episode. So yeah, you can't see this area earlier, but early on, I think the boss of this area is a little bit hard to tackle, which is why I don't recommend you do it until around this point. We're going to spend our souls before we win for sure, because there's a good chance you'll probably die here multiple times. Not because I don't believe in you, just because this area is basically a dungeon filled with BS. Very similar to Sense Fortress, but not quite as bad. But you'll need a stone sword key if you don't have one. Of course, you can always buy them from merchants. Get down the line and start running. As a general tip, you should not roll through poison. If you roll through poison, it's going to increase the buildup of the poison. It'll make it like hang on your character longer. So you can see the item up there. Don't go for it just yet. There's this chariot that will come running on down. And if the chariot touches you, you're probably dead. So now the chariot's fast. We're going to run. In particular, you see these little grooves that we can hide in. Can I make it? Yes, I can. And now we're going to pass again. If you're having trouble, you can go to the first groove and wait. But we want to get to this third little area. And then we're going to drop down. And we're going to run over this way. Right here, where things split. It's coming already? Hang on. I want to get that one piece of loot. I think it's just like a room 3, but I'll get it anyway. Let's go from 5. There we go. Now you're down here going to this. Now we can go down further, but ignore that for now. The first thing we got to do is take out these gargoyles. Oh man, put my lantern on. This place, I mean, if you know what you're doing here, this place is a breeze. If you don't, it's the... Because you're just getting that chariot at basically an instant kill. If it touches you, you're going to die. So, there's my die, 2-hand, we're going to aim, and you want to fire off the bolt, hit that. Oh no. Too long yet. Okay. I had to reload. Signal to reload non-shot. But yeah, so hitting that with any attack is going to lower it. So all we've done is we went ahead and lowered that right now, just so the fire doesn't hit us. If the fire does hit you, saw how much damage it does. Lightning grease for this next encounter. No, fire grease should work just fine. I gotta say fire. That's more common at this point in the game. I think we can grab it already. Let's see. Yes, we can. Look, I got lead. Let's load up on fire grease. Yeah. Alright, so going into this area, there are 2 enemies that are going to try and get you. They're very hard to see with your bow. So the best thing to do is to just fight them. You can kind of see a lump on the ceiling that's at the right at the tip of my head. And it's those things from near the start of the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to run straight over there. We should be able to fight the first one while the second one stays back over here. We're going to focus on killing that thing, and then we're good. So get over here, grab that item before it can eventually kill you. These guys, like I said, this place is going to be a little dangerous. Alright, 1 step. Now we don't actually need to kill a second. All we need to do is get across the bridge. But if this one's going to sit there and wait for us, we're going to try to power some bullets, see if I can learn moving right here. So we're going to if you want, but you don't have to fight. Particularly, you can see how there's a side down there. We're just going to go right around here and get the drum. I don't believe these guys saw me. And then we just drop again. Now we're down in this first little blood swamp or something. Go this way and over on the left. Once we get up this elevator, it's going to be a dude. Actually, go a little bit, so we fight the dude. I like her hardest on the shoulder. Now we take it Canada.
Thanks, yeah. With big out page trucks, Georgia's wonderful paper service. Just so bad.
That was what we just got, the Tree Saber. This is pretty nice. It raises HP stamina and equipment limit, but the very early one, this first one, is kind of weak, 7 stamina. As you can see, I'm getting like 30-ish health from it. There's a +2 and a +3 version of this. The +3 is pretty good. The basic one, though, not as good. So kill the spam tonight.
No, stop.
No. Oh my god. Terrifying. Scary boy. So go on and pick up that stone sword key, and then we're going to swap to our crossbow. We're going to wait right around here. Now you can see up top, that we have these pots. We can make the pots fall and destroy this chariot. But first we need to get the chariot heading on down. So just hang out here, because the chariot goes based on where you're going to go. We need the chariot to turn this direction. There we go. Alright. Fire. In particular, you want to hit it like right around the time he starts moving this way. So like 30 turns. We're gonna look it up. We're gonna aim. It might take a couple tries to hit this thing. I'm not having bolts. So that one whiffed a little bit. That's what you need to do. You get 3 tries to pull this off. Hitting us, so that way. Slow it down. Turn it around. I'm not farther back. We got one more try to do this. I'm going to time it for right after he hits this slice and turns, so I can do it on cue. Oh no. Well, that's disappointing. Well, so yeah, if you can time it right, those will actually destroy the chariot, which makes your play a whole lot easier. If you fail to do that, then things they kind of suck a little bit more. So, well, I suppose it's all good if that happened, because now I get to show you the other way to go through this. So we're going to drop this way. He's kind of in a tight path right now. We need to lure him back up here. Okay, now that he's gone, drop down. It's funny, the walkthrough prep, my first arrow shot got it, and I was like, easy! And now I'm like, oh god, no. So right after he turns and goes up, you can actually get pretty far, and that's what we're going for right now. Once you start hearing it, it's time to get it. Okay. You might be able to get a little bit farther, but it's not worth the risk. No, I don't want to go down. To wait for him to go all the way down. I think he goes all the way down. You can always just track his path and watch, so we can see if he goes past that halfway point. Just save. Okay, he turned, so now we're going to follow right behind him. Oh, he's already coming back, so hang out here. Need another alpha stick in. There we go. So you can see those two, they start bobbing by this thing. There's another Vanished Knight right here. So this guy will be about as difficult as the other one. So just be ready. And this gets you the Dragon Communion Seal, which is one of the best scaling talismans in the game. Now, in particular, spells do not scale off of your stack whatsoever. Spells will scale off of the scaling. So this says enhanced scaling. This says sorcery scaling. So what that means is that number is what's going to determine how strong your sorceries are. That number being enhanced is going to determine how strong your base spells are. At least from all the ones I tested, I found that Dragon Communion Seal was blowing away some of the other ones. Now, I didn't go all the way to the salt path of 80 faith amount of defense to be able to check that out. But if you want to go for a hybrid arcane build and you decide to use this thing, all of your normal faith spells will also receive that damage bonus. Even stuff that's like, oh, lightning doesn't need arcane damage. It does not matter. As long as you meet the faith requirement to cast a spell, it's going to get the enhanced scaling bonus that you see there. So a very important thing to keep in mind when it comes to spells in general. I think I can get down to the one. Got that a little close. I'm going to wait here for him, so you need to go all the way down. So I want him leaving on the path and heading out before I try to get my run. Now, obviously, if you do manage to hit the pots and destroy the stick, none of this matters. You can just run through here freely. Obviously, you're going to worry about the enemies at that point. Okay, kept going, that's good. And we're just going to go all the way down. See him down there. We're going to kind of target that because he's going to start coming straight down for us. He's going crazy. Alright, and we're all the way at the bottom. But thankfully, we've got the oh my god. Got a snake here if we die. Then here you're gonna fight another sea beast, which I think the names of these things have been found. It's like they're called tree spirits, yeah. Mostly tree spirit. I don't see these more. But anyway, we're probably just gonna die this episode because we don't have any healing or health. It's like this one's all over the place. Still gonna try though. Okay. And there we go. Well, we have a respawn anyway, so we got that. Okay, head back in. So now we're ready. We got our heals. Having trouble. trees a fire. You can see how tiny my rules will break when he does that tail snipe attack, and that's taking advantage of iframes. Yeah, what's weird is every now and again, I've noticed this a lot with these guys, they'll just suddenly get passive after like a big critical, or whatever the case is. This is like the 6th or 7th time I've seen it happen. It definitely makes the enemy fights a bit easier. And with him down, we now have access to the OG, my boy Oleg. Now, Oleg is not considered a legendary, but he is super good. This guy has like double claymores, throws a ton of attacks. Oleg straight up carried me through the majority of the Let's Play, so I cannot overstate enough how awesome of a summon this is. He does cost 100 FP, so obviously that's going to be a pretty beefy investment into mine, especially for my strength gain. But mages, personally, I like Oleg more than I like Utel. Oleg does work. So anyway, we are wrapping things up here, and obviously with the grave done. In terms of the well, let's real fast. Let me just talk about Bach, because people are like, "What? Who got on Bach's quest? You missed Bach." Bach might have gone already. I don't even know. We're gonna find out. So Bach should be like right over here. There's an NPC right around here. I think it's this bush, but he's hiding as a bush. It's a demi-human. Not that bush. Is it this bush? Not that bush. Anyway, there's a demi-human NPC out here that hides in one of the bushes. It's right by this thing, but I'm not seeing him, so I may have already advanced his quest line. But ultimately, you don't really get anything from it. If you do his quest line, what you do is you give him the tailoring tools, and then he offers to tailor your gear for free. And then he'll move around the map a bunch. And this is why I'm not even covering him. Is he doesn't give you any key items, anything important. The only thing he does is right here when we go to Architect out.
To join the meditation trip. This is to be seen chakra from the chocolatier, the melt into a lasting moment of bliss.
We go to Disgrace, and we go over to Ultimate one spot just to take a cape off every time I want to do it. So, if you want to do Bach in his quest line, feel free to look at the guide for it. I'm not going to cover it because he's not relevant, in my opinion. He doesn't. There's no key items from him. There's no trophies from him, and I think it's just kind of a pointless quest. So, anyway. Now, we're going to wrap the episode up there, but during the prep streams, we found a cave that I've looked right here, Tombswood Cave. This goes southeast of the Fourth Church of America, down here on the peninsula. So we're going to go back and hit that down real fast. This place is pretty simple. There's poison, so you can put on Blessed Two Talisman to heal through that. I've already cleared most of this. I'm literally just going to be running through, showing where to grab the items. But slapping it on at the end of the episode, adding it in before it goes live. So, I'm just going to be bringing down that port. There's two holes. It's that hole over there. There's this hole. We're going to take this hole first. That's how we get out north for now. So run this way. And then have a rat, and a rat, and one more rat. Then you have a big rat.
Oh my god. I want this guy.
Largely useless because poison only takes for like it's damage per second or something.
Okay, who is like to be like dead last in the NHL standings?
Bad rat.
Utah has 44 points, Calgary has 47. It might be Utah. I might want to trade for that pit. I don't want that fucking guy.
Right by the plants, there'll be another piece of loot that's a material leaf. You can grab that. could jump back on top of the main room. There's a piece of on that guy.
Yeah. Dick, you want to trade for that fucking kick.
Here is the boss, which is down here.
You need my 2027
Yeah,
bit.
I think there was wood on that body as well. So grab that. And then go to the boss. It's these flower things. It's a big one. It's a close fight. We're just going to
Oh my god, he actually accepted that. Okay. Sit.
Covered the cave I missed, and now you have a talisman that honestly you're never going to use because there's way better stuff. I mean, yeah, that gives me 4 more stamina. Had the Earth Tree Favor. The Earth Tree Favor also gives me health and quick load. So, anyway, adding one more into the mix that I missed. This is right here on Castle of Rampart. I mentioned there was a seed over here. Someone pointed out there's actually a death bird that will spawn over here. There's a death birds and night riders that get you, man, because you've got to rerun the entire game in darkness to try and find them all.
You send me the Montreal's pick here.
Southwest. Castle more off in the distance.
Give them mine. I don't want to give them mine.
Past these rooms. That should show up. And around these bats. Johnny seems to have a little bit different than some characters. Well, other than it's a Denver. No, don't have 56 already. Going back and covering it. See if this one goes. The sacrificial expert. Okay. Well, from here, we are ready to wrap up our time in this region. As for the next episode, if I remember, we're going to be heading on up north to the Urania, starting from the Lake Dixie cliffs that we
Give them.
So,
they don't want
Bradley
anybody.
is up here. I believe we now have everything in Limgrave, with the exception of the Cat Hike quest, and that comes back into the picture a little bit later. So stay tuned, and I'll catch y'all next time with more.
Let's do this again, Stu. We're closer to this purchase. Hawaii. You're on it. Oh, yep. What just happened with the West?
Franchise mode. Continue.